From the house that Earl built, it's Monday Night Madness for the Cool Ray Coast-to-Coast Racing League Outlaws. And we welcome you to the virtual Eldora Speedway in Rossburg, Ohio. With 3 races left in the 2021 summer season, the championship is starting to wind down with a battle in 2 divisions and one trying to dominate in another. As always, we begin the night by talking about the C Division Raiders, brought to you by the Empire Super Sprints. Welcome to the pre-race show at the virtual Eldora Speedway for tonight's live coverage of the Coast2Coast Racing League Outlaw Raiders. Tonight's race and tonight's event, one of 16 Coast2Coast Racing League divisions that compete during the week, and we're happy that you've joined us for tonight's program. As we say, hello friends, Marty Sakala here with you on the call on Slide Job Racing Network and the Coast2Coast Racing Network. We are glad you could join us from the Big E, and we have got a lot to discuss with you, a lot on tap tonight at one of the most famous dirt tracks in North America, one of the best virtual dirt tracks iRacing has to offer, the home of the Kings Royale, the home of the Dream and late model racing. But tonight it is the home of the Coast2Coast Racing League. So let's start by going through what we've got on tap tonight in the C Division Raiders. Obviously, we are focused on the battle in the points lead between Daniel Blau and Jamie McCarran. Just about 26 markers separate the top 2. However, though, the up-and-coming phenom of Blaine Brink has been the story in the past few weeks. No sign of Blaine Brink yet on the entry list for tonight's event, but 2 starts and 2 wins for Mr. Brink. If there is a high side and he is racing tonight, he can run it without question in the C Division, and if he races, expect him up front if the high side becomes the place at the Eldora Speedway. On the B Division side, it has been a battle of wins between Lane Snook and Brennan Lacey. The advantage has been 4-2 for Brennan Lacey in wins after Snook got off to a great start in the 360 season. Only one driver has won in the B Division outside of Snook and Lacey, and that was Connor Ross at Knoxville Speedway. Lacey has rocked it well these last 2 weeks at Cedar Lake Speedway. Went for the 2-for-1 discount in turns 3 and 4 on the inside of Brink and Connor Ross and was able to get the win. Last week got the win, controversial after spinning the car of Craig Silby, unintentional though, as they were just battling for the win. Both of those drivers should be key drivers to watch out for in the Rebels tonight. On the A Division Renegade side, it has been Steven Goldner that has been having a lot of fun. Coming off of back-to-back wins, his 3rd win on the season, has a 43-point lead over Brandon Schultz. 2 things: if Schultz doesn't miss a race and he doesn't have the poor finish last week in Lima Land, the picture is a whole lot different. And for Steven Goldner, only thing him and his team care about right now is winning. Let's break down the Eldora Speedway for tonight. It is a half-mile dirt track oval. Short track dirt traditional oval. They can hold 30,000. Opened up in 1954. Owned by Smoke himself, Tony Stewart. And it is a high banked facility. 24 degrees in the turns when you're up on that cushion. 8 degrees in the straightaways. A track that does not disappoint. Auto racing showcase since 1954. The home of the Kings Royale, and that provided an incredible show a couple weeks ago for the World of Outlaws. A 2-for-1 to make up last year's Kings Royale that was canceled due to the coronavirus pandemic. And my goodness, Tyler Courtney put on an incredible performance in race number 1 in got his first ever win in the World of Outlaws, winning $175,000. And then Kyle Larson went from flipping in race 1 to winning in race number 2 to take the 2nd Kings Royale home. Drivers meeting is currently underway for the Coast to Coast Racing League. So while we're at it, let's break down how the point standings look, brought to you by our friends at iRacing League Manager. It's been a good battle between the top two in series standings this season, and that has been Daniel Blau and Jamie McCarron. Like I said, 26 points separate the top two in the standings. Jamie McCarron, the Aussie, was a key driver to watch out for at the beginning of the season. However, though, he has lost a little bit of time compared to Daniel Blau in terms of better finishes. Rory Collins currently sits third in standings. He's got 404. Fourth in points, that's Brandon Dittmer, in a good battle for that spot with Luke Gazarek, 389 and 381 respectively. Christopher Schaefer, currently 6th in points. He's got 329. Nathan Hall is 7th. He's got 312. Good battle for 8th in points between David Lester and Nicholas Schell, 296 and 287 respectively. And then the battle for 10th is a good one. Gabe Blau, Jesse Atkinson, John Rayner going for that spot. 254, 251, 241 respectively in the battle in the top 10 in points. Those who are interested in racing in the Cool Ray Coast to Coast Racing League, if you are interested, if you are looking for normal other racers that enjoy racing without all the drama and name calling of normal iRacing, come out and join the Cool Ray Coast to Coast Racing League. We have 16 divisions that race 7 days a week and currently broadcast 8 divisions. Members know that they are part of something bigger than just the on-track experience. Go to www.c2cro.com and click on apply to join in the action. The cars are virtual, the racing is real. Just got this note here, and Blaine Brink will not be racing in the Raiders tonight. Just confirmed here through my notes that he has moved up officially to the Rebels division. So how about that? 2 races in and you get moved up to the B. That is awesome to see. Of course, races in the Coast to Coast Racing League broadcasted on the Coast to Coast Racing Network on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to catch all the Coast to Coast Racing League action. We broadcast Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Obviously, Monday Night Madness tonight with the 360 Outlaws. Welcome Home Wednesdays with the Hometown Heroes with Joe White and OSRN from Lernerville Speedway. Then it is Thursday Night Thunder featuring the Dirt Modifieds and Pro Late Models at 9 o'clock. Practice is in the books, and now we get ready to go for qualifying, brought to you by our friends at the Pitside Podcast. Join Preston Cranmer and Roger Craig on the Pitside Podcast each week as they discuss the latest news and developments in the Coast to Coast Racing League, as well as other racing news in and out of iRacing. Qualifying is underway. First driver to take the green flag in the number 610. That is Liam Garrison. Liam Garrison in the number 610. The HRI machine. First lap in the books from the driver of the 610. Will update drivers as they get the quick time. Garrison starts things off with a 6:13, 6:74, 1:3, 6:74. Brandon Templeton up to third. Second spot, Brandon Dittmer. And we'll watch his second lap time with a 13.71. Garrison's still up top with a 13.674. Austin Stern goes to second with a 13.69. Brandon Dittmer stays in fourth. And quick time for Jordan Mawerder. 1.3667. Andy Piercefield on track now in the number 175. Off of turn 4, currently 12th quickest with a 13.885. 12th quick, and he will stay second lap time at 1:3.90. Here's Gary Taylor in the number 34, currently 18th quick with a 1:40.19. And the Galen's machine, Jamie McCarron up to third quick. He's got a 1:36.82 down the back straightaway. Second in points coming in, had the win earlier this season. A top 3, I should say, earlier this season at Williams Grove Speedway. McCarron stays in third after a 13.73 on lap 2. Let's look at his foe in the championship. Daniel Blau in car number 17. Currently 11th quick, 13.847. and improves to a 1.3821. And now we will focus on Chase Blau in the number 55. Entry list currently has 28 drivers, which means 4 will go home. Lap 1 for Chase Blau puts him up to 11th quick at a 13.819. So faster than his brother Daniel off of turn 4. Lap 2 time for Chase goes up to 7th quick, a 13.781. 13781. That will do it for qualifying. And on the pole with a 13.667, the driver of the number 13, Jordan Mowerder. So qualifying is in the books. Heat race number 1, brought to you by our friends at the Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints. Celebrating over 37 years of exciting 360 sprint car action in the northeastern United States and Canada. Stars like Paulie Colagiovanni, Jason Barney, Chuck Having, Matt Tanner, Billy Van Emmergen, and many more come to a dirt track near you. For more info, log on to EmpireSupersprints.com or visit our Facebook and Twitter pages. Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints, where the tradition of excitement guaranteed lives on. Was talking with Dean Reynolds, the VP of the Empire Super Sprints, after their race Saturday night at Land of Legends in Canandaigua, a caution-free race, and first career Super Sprints win for Matt Farnham in the number 7. So that's great to see there. As we get ready to go for heat race number 1, let's meet the starting lineup. Row 1, Rich Holland, Bob Light. Row 2, Brandon Dittmer, Jordan Mowerder. Row 3, Mason Hines, Steve Maurer. And row 4 by himself is Jeffrey Kemper. Let's explain how the night goes for those of you that are new to the Coast to Coast Racing League Monday Night Madness for the Outlaws. We have 3 to 5 heats. After qualifying, we do the heats for 8 laps. The top 4 before the heats in the starting lineup are inverted, and the top 4 transfer to the feature from each race. We'll then have a B main regardless of if we have less than 24, at 24, or over 24. That is 10 laps. Top 4 to 12 transferred to the A main. We make sure we have a field of 24. Then will be a 5-minute warm-up, and then we have the A main. 20 laps for this field of Raiders, 25 for the Rebels, 30 for the Renegades. Caution laps do not count. Everyone gets 1 quick repair. So here we go for the first heat race of the night as the pace truck hits pit road. Here we go as we are about to go green. We're underway. And already one driver just scraped the wall going into turn number 1. That was Mowerder in the number 13. Mowerder takes a look inside on Bob Light, looking for the second spot. The 2-for-1 discount in turns 3 and 4, trying to work. 3 wide at the stripe. Rich Holland leads lap 1. Good racing early here for the race lead in the first heat race of the night. Mowerder versus Holland. This is a track that you can go wide open around when it's fresh. When it starts to rubber in, you gotta lift off the gas a little bit on these 700 horsepower engines. Bob Light, Brandon Dittmer duking it out for P3 on the racetrack. Give it to Bob Light in the number 77 over Brandon Dittmer in the number 83. Steve Maurer, the first one out in the number 888. As they are still side by side for that third spot on the track. Track is very fresh for right now. Earlier on in practice, we saw a little bit of rubber, but that got adjusted out. I believe that was entering turn number 1. Dittmer trying everything he can up on that cushion, but nothing really coming to fruition. Dittmer up high, Light down low. At the stripe, it is Dittmer at the line. And Dittmer's got the edge on the high side. Keep in mind all that banking. Light tries to slide up just a little bit. And Dittmer clears Light for third position. Final lap is underway in heat race number 1. It is Jordan Mowerder looking for his first pole of the season in the Raiders. Off turn 4, he's got it. For third at the stripe, it is Dittmer over Light. Heat race number 2 brought to you by Icon Sim Sports, aiming to bring the sim racing community a one-of-a-kind fixed chassis experience unlike any other, while exemplifying extraordinary customer service to its patrons. Imagine having a sim racing chassis built specifically for you, a custom chassis engineered to accommodate you and your needs while replicating the look, feel, and design of a real race car. Check them out at www.iconsimsports.com. We line them up this way. Luke Gazarek and Joe Canellis in row 1. Chris Schaefer and Liam Garrison in row number 2. Doug Lester, Gary Taylor in row 3. Jeff Hayworth by himself in row number 4. Again, top 4 will transfer. And there, the Eldora Speedway, just overall an incredible track for dirt racing. Whether it be sprints, late models, big block modifieds, I still wish they brought the big blocks back to Eldora Speedway. They put on a great show when they were with the Camping World Truck Series. 1 to go until we go green for heat race number 2. Luke Gazarek, 5th in points, starting on the pole here for heat race number 2. Winner of this heat will start 2nd in the feature tonight. Also like to give a shout out as well to all the subscribers out there, as we have recently hit 100 subs. So we appreciate your support as we are green for heat race number 2. It is Gazarek with the early advantage over Joe Canellis. They touch for third between Schaefer and Lester. Hard contact. Liam Garrison up on his side, down the front straight, and he will have to go to the B main, the last chance showdown. Battle for second up for grabs between Joe Canellis and Chris Schaefer. Schaefer on the bottom, Canellis up top side. Schaefer tries to slide up and tries to side draft off of the 96. Canellis takes second spot. Schaefer is third. Doug Lester is fourth. The farthest car to your right is Gary Taylor. He's the first one out. Canellis takes a look inside on Gazarek. This is for the race lead. Doesn't do anything about it. He tucks back in line. Schaefer now tries the bottom on Canellis. That's the battle for P2 on the track. Schaefer trying to get a Hoosier underneath. Halfway home in heat race number 2. 4 cars all under a blanket, all in one shot, battling for the race lead. With the way the track is early on, if this is how it stays for the 20-lap feature, I think we are in for a treat tonight. Canellis using that banking as momentum. Luke Gazarek is missing this good battle for second, as the cars don't have rear view mirrors in real life. Canellis with a run outside. He's battling Gazarek for the race lead. Gazarek used the basement for a moment. Slides up in front of Canellis, and they're side by side at the white flag. 1 lap to go. 3 cars likely under a blanket, battling for the heat win. Gazarek battling on the bottom. They're 3 wide for second. They touch. Upside down is Schaefer. Schaefer up on his lid as Gazarek wins the heat. And Schaefer is the first one out in 5th. Oh boy. Listen to that one, folks. 3 cars likely under a blanket, battling for the heat win. Gazarek battling on the bottom. They're 3 wide for second. They touch. Upside down. You're just hearing the call on the win at the end. As we get ready to go for heat race number 3, brought to you by the Super Dirt Car Series, the Northeast Premier Series, showcasing the big block modified premier drivers. From Florida to Canada, the Super Dirt Car Series visits some of the most exciting dirt tracks in front of the biggest crowds. It's the ground-pounding, earth-shattering, window-rattling beasts of the Northeast. It's the Super Dirt Car Series. Here's how they line up for heat race number 3. Nicholas Shell, Brandon Templeton in row 1. Chase Blau, Jamie McCarran, row 2. John Rayner, Justin Sick, row 3. And Jim Bowie round out the field of 7. Gotta tell ya, that was a fun heat race in heat race number 2. I hope we see that kind of racing tonight, but with how slick the track will get come feature time, I don't know if we'll see that racing, because that was full throttle, 700 horsepower, in your face action. Pace truck pulls into pit road. Heat race 3. About to go down. We're green. Nice start there for the 2 of Jamie McCarran. Takes it 3 wide for second position, and he's looking for the lead. This is like a 3-for-1 discount, but he's stuck in the middle, 3 wide. And Shell, the Brett up top, leads at the stripe, and he touches with McCarran. Shell falls back to 5th, a nice save. Good save to avoid spinning that car around, but for the race lead, McCarran inside on Chase Blau. Does McCarran try the slide job underneath? No, he's up top, and we're 3 wide for the race lead, and Jamie McCarran takes it away. Chase Blau 2nd, Brandon Templeton 3rd, Justin Sick runs in 4th. Shell, by the way, has fallen back to 6th position. Had a crash reported earlier with John Rayner in the 302. We're just watching what happened just to confirm. Makes contact, I think, with Shell, and that time it sent Shell around, and the 2 drivers got into it. Off the Malcolm's Mill riding replay. 3 to go here in heat race number 3. It continues to be McCarran the lead, Chase Blau 2nd. The battle for 3rd is on between Brandon Templeton and Justin Sick. Sick tries to look underneath, down near where the apron is, off of turn 4. It's still Templeton by about half a car length. Templeton gained the advantage, riding the cushion on the top side. You see the track in turn 3 just starting to rubber in just a little bit. 2 laps to go now. We're at the white flag for heat race number 3. Jamie McCarran 2nd in points. Needs a good day today if he wants to stay alive in the championship battle, likely. Off of turn 4, we'll start 3rd tonight. Chase Blau, Brandon Templeton, Justin Sick will transfer in to the feature. One more heat to go, and that is brought to you by Gambler Motorsports, an esports racing team competing weekly across the iRacing platform. They have drivers entered in dirt races, sports cars, asphalt oval, and even endurance races. Go to Gambler Motorsports on Facebook and give them a follow and even a like. Here's how they'll line up for the 4th heat race tonight. It's Andy Piercefield and Daniel Blau in row 1. Gabe Blau, Austin Stern in row 2. Greg Parmalee and Shane Andrews in row number 3. And Nathan Aldrich is in row number 4. Something I wanted to look at just to confirm. And Mr. Craig, Roger Craig, the Bass Man, if you can confirm this for me, if this is the voice himself, Shane Andrews. I don't see any Super Dirt Car Series logos, but I do see a Jumpin' Jack Johnson logo, which makes me think that it is him. Trying to make sure, but I know the voice has raced on iRacing in the past. Again, 4th heat race of the night, final heat race. The Blau's probably going to be the main ones to watch out for. You know, Daniel Blau starting in 2nd. He's going to have the cushion, the high banking, as his friend to start the heat race. Again, big shout out to all the followers out there as we have just recently hit over 100 subscribers. Pace truck is in. Final heat race of the night. Here we go. For the C Division Raiders. And it is Piercefield with the early start. In the number 175. Blau takes a look underneath. Austin Stern behind them in that black car, currently in third. Piercefield leads lap number 1. Stern takes a look on the cushion, the high bankings. He's up to P2. Daniel Blau falls back to third. Stern takes a peek underneath. Does he pull the big slider? Yes, he does on Piercefield. Piercefield with a crossover inside for the race lead. It was Piercefield at the stripe. 2 laps complete. Austin Stern with a great run in the C Division last week. A top 3 contender for the win. And now he looks outside. Daniel Blau loose off of turn 4 and Stern leads at the stripe. 3 wide in turn 1 of this contact. Stern goes around, took the rest. Shane Andrews up on 2 wheels. Austin Stern took the risk, could not pay off. That puts Gabe Blau into third and Greg Parmalee in fourth as we are halfway home in the 4th heat race. First one out is Shane Andrews, and Andrews is all over Parmalee. But the battle for the lead is still heating up here. Andy Piercefield thought he was good to go, but not just yet. The Blaus are going at it. Inside for second. Gaidlaw tries to slide up on Daniel. Does not work. Or excuse me, the vice versa. 2 to go in the heat. The higher you finish, the higher you start in the feature. Final lap is underway. Andy Piercefield leads, but he's not out of it just yet. As the track starts to rubber up a little bit all over. Daniel Blau, does he try to send it in turns 3 and 4? Piercefield plays the defensive low line. Daniel Blau stays where he is on the high side. Takes a look to the inside. Too close to call the line, but I think you could give it to Piercefield by 800ths of a second. Man, these heats have been fun tonight. So we go right at it into the B main, and that is brought to you by SBGC 3D Printing. Involved in 3D printing since 2016, committed to making this cutting-edge technology accessible for anyone who has an idea that needs to be manufactured. Using a 3D CAD program, they'll work with you to create your invention or creative project. SBGC3D.com is their website, specializing in small business production, oil and gas prototypes, and props for cosplay. They've done a lot more. I've checked out their website, and what they do is incredible. So we had 4 heats. 20 drivers are already in. Oh, excuse me. 16 drivers are already in. We take 8 drivers here. The bottom 3 will go home, and here's how we line them up. Steve Maurer and Chris Schaefer in row 1. Jim Bowie and Shane Andrews in row 2. Mason Hine, Jeff Hayworth, row 3. Nicholas Schell, Austin Stern, row 4. Jeffrey Kemper, Liam Garrison, row 5. And a surprise in row 6, John Rayner, who was usually a normal contender. A normal driver in the feature will have to go through the last chance showdown. So the B main, 10 laps, 8 drivers will make it in. You see how much this track has started to rubber up just a little bit in turns 1 and 2, especially on the low to middle groove. High side could be the place to be, not the extreme high line though, but I still think we are in for a great show. However, though, we do have that 5-minute warm-up, and that will be key too for tonight. Steve Maurer, Chris Schaefer, the front row for the last chance showdown. 8 drivers go through to the feature. We stack them up early, and we're green. Slicing and dicing off of turn number 2. And it's Schaefer with the edge over Maurer early. Shane Andrews is in 3rd. Let's take a look at 8th position. Who currently has it? It was Jim Bowie. And Mason Hine is gone. Up on his side. And he's out of it. John Rayner with the final transfer spot. Jeffrey Kemper looks underneath for that spot. Kemper had a run there in turns 3 and 4, had to back out. We'll continue to watch that closely. Schaefer has put up a gap on Maurer. Austin Stern from 8th up to 3rd position, and he's hungry. 1 second spot on Maurer. Up on the extreme outside. Oh boy, they touched. And Stern falls back to 4th, and he's probably not happy. But I gotta tell you, now Andrews got him. Austin Stern is being around. And it's a little bit crazy. 8th spot belongs to Jeffrey Kemper. And him and Hayworth go at it. Hayworth falls back to 9th position, but Austin Stern, he's trying to fight back. He's been getting lit up like a Christmas tree. With drivers making contact, when he made contact there with Maurer, it was just inches away from that outside wall. 3 to go in the last chance showdown. Big slider on Shane Andrews. Andrews crosses over on the bottom. A little bit of revenge, and Stern scrapes the wall once again. Stern tries to slide up again. Near contact with the voice, the possible voice. But with 2 to go in the B main, as Stern takes away 4th, he's a madman like Alexander Rossi. Jeffrey Kemper with the final transfer spot. The white flag is out, and Andrews and Stern are going at it. Andrews slides up and says, "That's mine, not yours, Austin Stern." But Stern says he refuses to lose. Big slider on Andrews. The crossover. The battle with the stripe. Andrews edges him out as Schaefer takes the win in the last chance showdown. And John Rayner will start from last position. And Stern does not look like he was happy at the way he was raced. I don't know. So anyway, we take this opportunity for our 5-minute warm-up. Now, normally we would go to a commercial break. However, though, for this week specifically, we're going to talk about an event that really means a lot to us. We are racing for Brody Sim from August 17th through the 23rd. Let's tell you a little bit more about it.
Join in and help out Brody Sim, who was seriously injured in a sprint car accident this year. The fundraiser will feature 305 sprint cars and pro late models. Register now for one class for only $10 or both classes for $15 until August 15th. After August 15th, it'll be $15 for one and $20 for both. All drivers are guaranteed 2 to 4 races between August 17th and August 23rd. Don't miss the opportunity to help out Brody Sim in his road to recovery. 100% of the proceeds will go to Brody Sim through the Steve King Foundation. The Brody Sim Never Give Up fundraiser is presented by Can-Am Racing Team, Gambler Motorsports, Sim Seats, Maurer Farm Management, Epsilon Sprint Wraps, VMR Wraps, and PMD Wraps. For more information, check out www.c2crl.com. Help Brody Sim never give up and sign up today.
And that is just absolutely beautiful thing that the Coast2Coast Racing Network, Coast2Coast Racing League, Cool Ray, Roger Craig is putting on here. Excuse me, we'll talk a little bit more about it. First off, we are selling commemorative shirts with all proceeds going to Brody. Order info is on Brody's page on our website at www.c2crl.com. Here is what the shirt looks like. Got the Coast2Coast Racing League logo on the front and the Never Give Up charity event on the back. And this is just, again, an incredible special event we are doing. In partnership with the Steve King Foundation And again, all proceeds going to 16-year-old 305 sprint driver Brody Sim. He's overcome many major challenges in his life, including 2 bouts with cancer. On May 31st, Brody was in a 305 sprint race and involved in a terrible accident that left him with significant brain trauma, a broken pelvis, and vertebrae. It is hoped that he can make a full recovery over the next year to year and a half, but faces significant therapy. The Sim and Coast2Coast Racing League family is very appreciative of the continued support of the racing community. Earlier this week, Brody's dad, Ed, was on the Pitside podcast telling a little bit more on Brody's story. And actually, 3 days before his accident, Brody joined the Coast2Coast Racing League, but has not had an opportunity to race yet. Fixed 305s, pro late models, 60 spots available for each division. 2 to 4 races are guaranteed. And you can enter until August 15th. So under a week to sign up. And the winner will be getting a trophy and $25. Monetary prizes will be choice of iRacing credits, an Amazon gift card, or a donation to Brody. And we're absolutely looking forward to broadcasting this race for you at home. Stay tuned, by the way, on where we will be broadcast. Obviously, we'll be on the Coast2Coast Racing Network, but stay tuned as well on who will be broadcasting. Oh, excuse me. I believe we have it. Yep, we will be doing it. It has been confirmed we will be broadcasting the championships that night. 7 o'clock will be the 305 sprints, and 8:30 will be the pro late models. Everything else will be broadcasted. The qualifiers and LCQs will be broadcasted on OSRN. Checkers is out for warm-ups. Liam Garrison is the quickest, and it is time for our first feature of the night. Let's give you the starting lineup. On the front row, his first pole of the season, in the number 13, he has been quick all evening long. From LGR Motorsports, it's Jordan Mawierder. Next to him, in the number 419, fifth in points, Luke Gazarek. Row 2, Jamie McCarran and Andy Piercefield. Row number 3, Rich Holland and Joe Canellis. Row 4, a battle of the Blows, the Blau and Blau Show, Chase and Daniel. Brandon Dittmer, Gary Taylor, each rounding out the top 10. Row 6, Brandon Templeton and Gabe Blau. Going through the rest of the grid, Bob Light, Doug Lester, Justin Sick, Greg Palmer-Lee, Chris Schaefer, Liam Garrison, Steve Maurer, Shane Andrews, Austin Stern, Nicholas Schell, Jeffrey Kemper, and John Rayner round out the field of 24. As the field rolls off, again, 20 laps, the feature tonight. First feature tonight of the Monday Night Madness. It is the feature for the Raiders division. 1 lap until we get the green. Caution laps do not count. Everyone gets 1 quick repair. No black flags are cleared. You see how much this track has changed from the heats to what we have for the feature. High side likely the place to be, but if you can work it on the rubber on the bottom, you may possibly have a chance. First pole for Jordan Mawierder in the Coast2Coast Racing League, and he's got a challenge next to him, and Luke Gazarek and Jamie McCarran. First feature of the night is green. Mawierder gets an easy start, slides up to protect the lead as Jamie McCarran, Luke Gazarek battle it out for P2 on the track. McCarran with a heavy slide job so we can get up to the top side as quick as possible. And Mawierder is pulled away, already working on traffic ahead. Steve Bauer, the 888, and we've got a big crash. First yellow in turn 1, that's Gary Taylor. Gabe Blau, I believe Justin Sick also involved in the number 15. And same with Liam Garrison. And I believe the caution laps will count here. Let's look here on the Malcolmsville's Mill riding replay. Off turn 4, it was just a mess. There was some contact. Maurer got loose and came down to a couple of drivers. And we had one car upside down. I want to say that was Gary Taylor or Justin Sick. The contact with Sick does a nice 360 and keeps it going. So caution laps will not count because we were able to complete lap number 1. So we were able to get to lap number 2 with Jordan Mawerder as the leader. So the race will restart on lap number 3. One lap to go until we get to green. Keep in mind all restarts are single file. First points event of the year in the Raiders for Jordan Mawerder. We've seen him previously, I believe, in the Rebels division, but I believe due to his, yes, we did see him with 1 start earlier on the year, but because of his IL, he is starting with the C division tonight as we are back to green. Mawerder gets a great restart, had the right to fire first. And caution laps were actually counted that time. But timing, for some reason, timing has Steve Maurer as the leader. Nope, we're good now. It is all reset. Mawerder the leader. Jamie McCarran right at the top shelf in second. Rich Holland trying to use the bottom, currently in third. Good battle for fourth between Chase Blau and Luke Gazarik. Chase getting the edge on the top shelf with the cushion. Couple of drivers in the wall from what we are hearing. And McCarran is all over Mawerder for the lead. Not sure if Jordan hit the wall or not, but Jordan takes a look underneath and Mawerder is in the wall. McCarran goes to the point inside. No slider needed. Mawerder fights back. Big slide job for the lead. Nearly scraped the wall. They nearly come to blows. McCarran slides up and he remains out in front. Good racing early on for the top spot. There is lap traffic ahead of the race leader. You can't see it from the onboard, but we are approaching it as the yellow is out and Shane Andrews has spun and almost hit some drivers. I believe that is turn 1 where the voice is around. Super Dirt Car Series, by the way, this week at Orange County Fair Speedway for the Centennial 102, and he simply just scrapes the inside wall. Not sure if he just got around because of all the rubber on the track. But that is what happens, and he goes tail end back to 21st. One to go until we get the green flag at the line. So Jamie McCarran has taken the lead away from Jordan Mawerder. McCarran, and I can confirm, did score the win at Williams Grove to open the season. I was thinking about the B division actually. But it's been poor results lately and, well, more drivers that have been consistent and taking home the wins lately is what I should say, as we are stacking them up and we are back to green. McCarron checks out of the hotel inside Mewirter as Chase Blau is up on the outside looking for a second. Who saw this Blau coming? We've had Daniel, we've had Gabe, but now we've got Chase in the picture. Looking for a second up on the outside. Mewirter behind him. And he's taking a look on the bottom, but losing a bunch of time. Stacking them up behind them with Daniel Blau and Luke Gazaric. Again, a 26-point lead coming in. McCarron leads them. 7th spot is Daniel Blau. It would be a 15-point gain for Jamie McCarron to put him back into the title hunt should the positions remain that same way. You gotta keep in mind there is qualifying bonus points too. Biggest mover of the race so far. How about this? Austin Stern up 16 spots from the B main to 5th position. Fastest lap of the race so far. He is his with a 14.79. Reports that Joe Canellis has crashed. No yellow is out. 6 laps to go in the first feature of the night, and Jamie McCarron has it. Daniel Blau is up to 6th spot. That would be a 13-point gain. Currently using the top side, battling Rich Holland for 6th position. Again, after this is 2 races left, so every position really matters. Usually a difference of 3 to 2, depending on where you finish. If it's the top part, if it's usually the top 3 or top 4 separated by 3. If you're in 5 on back, it is separated by 2. Change for 5th. Chase Blau has fallen back. Daniel Blau has taken the 5th spot away. And now it's a gain of 11. So McCarron would cut the deficit down in half, but this is what Jamie McCarron is doing to get back in the title hunt. Austin Stern, meanwhile, up to 2nd spot. Yellow is out, and that's what he needs. Chase Blau has crashed in the number 55, and I believe it's with Gabe as well. And that's not what Jamie McCarron wanted. Simply in the wall he goes, comes down into the 116, and upside down he goes. And that was Rich Holland he came down on. So we will go into a green-white checkered attempt. This is we have 2 green-white checkered attempts here in the Coast2Coast Racing League if necessary. And we thought Jamie McCarron was going to pull away for this win. However, though, Austin Stern may have the better car on the track, but it's all going to come down to this restart, I think, between McCarron and Stern. 1 to green this time by. It's a green-white checkered. And this is one that Jamie McCarron wants to win if he wants to stay in the championship hunt. 26 points behind coming in. And it would be an 11-point gain for McCarron if spots remained the same with the win. And Daniel Blau would finish in 5th unofficially. Keep in mind, -1 for each penalty point too. As we go back to green, immediately defense on Austin Stern. You got Jordan Mewirter, who tries the inside of the 75 for 2nd spot. But Austin Stern looks underneath for the lead on Jamie McCarron. This would be an impressive comeback. Big slider from Austin Stern. McCarron tries to fight back. We're on the final lap. McCarron slides up in front of the 75. Austin Stern way loose off of turn 2 from contact. And that's going to take him out of the run. And he's stuck in a 3-wide battle off of turn 4. Jamie McCarron does it at Eldora. McCarron with the win. Daniel Blau comes home in the 5th position. And it would be an 11-point gain. So for right now, we know the gap would be cut down to 15 for Daniel Blau, but it is Jamie McCarron that takes home the win. You love it for him, but man, you just hate it for Austin Stern, who just had a chance at the win, but I think he just guessed it a little bit too much on the exit of turn 2. Because McCarron and Stern were trading slide jobs, but I think that Austin Stern had a chance at it. And if he doesn't gas it too much, I think we would have seen a last lap pass in turns 3 and 4. Dittmer takes second. Mowerder takes third. I don't think anyone really expected Dittmer to finish in the 2nd position. But getting back into the thick of things, your A&J Custom Creations hard charger does go to Austin Stern from 21st in the B main all the way up to a 4th place finish. He cannot be disappointed about that at all. And I'm trying to find Austin Stern's stats here. He would be eligible, too, for the Rebels tonight. And we will check with the top 3 as well once this ends. And we will start things off with Jordan Mowerder, your 3rd place finish. First off, Jordan, did I get that last name correct?
No, it's Maherder.
Martyr. Wow. That's a pronunciation I would not have expected, so I apologize for that. Martyr. Okay. I'm gonna have
Maherder.
Maherder.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I've been pronouncing that this wrong all the time. I apologize, man. But anyway, you had a fast car all night long. However, though, when it came down to that feature, was it just on your end? Was it because the track was just rubbered in, or was it just because McCarron just had the faster car?
The track definitely wasn't what I expected, or my teammate to. We expected it to get a little bit more slicked off towards the end, and I expected the bottom to come in more. So I favor the bottom, and I set my car up for that. So when it got to later on in the race, I kind of just stepped on it a little bit, and they were getting the runs on the top that I wasn't able to get in the bottom.
You were trying, though, for that lead on McCarron on the bottom side, but the only way to do it was a slide job. Would you agree on that?
No, the track was good enough to where I probably could have cut it down, but at Eldora, the top gets a little sketchy, and if I would have hit it wrong, I probably would have crashed or not done as well. So I was just sticking to what I knew was going to work, and it paid off in the end, but definitely not where I wanted to be at.
Will we be seeing you in the B division tonight? And if so, what do we expect?
Yeah, you'll definitely be seeing me in the B division. We're gonna be expecting a lot more of LGR in that. More of my teammates run in that, and so there's gonna be a lot more teamwork. We're gonna be able to hunker down on those setups for sure, because that track wasn't what I expected. Like I said, man.
Finally, who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
I want to give a shout out to ABR Setup Shop, Redline Race Designs, One Wish Foundation, Wraps and Stitches, Finish Line Repair, CD Cinematography, John Helms, Aiden Beerline, Alex Bergeron, and all the people who have helped me throughout the way.
Nice
just
job. Yeah.
Get where I'm at.
Yeah, definitely. Nice job, Jordan. We'll see you in a bit.
Yep, thank you.
So Jordan comes home in 3rd position. And let's talk with our runner-up, Brandon Dittmer. Brandon, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Walk us through your race, man, because I don't think a lot of us really expected you to finish in the 2nd position. How good was your car tonight?
My car there towards the end got pretty good on that high side. Just had to set the wing back there, that last caution. I honestly did not want that last caution because I thought it was going to get really hectic. And it kind of did, but I was able to get around it and somehow come out with the 2nd place. I'm not quite sure how.
Let's take a look at your stats here. You've got a 196 currently in your IL for the Raiders. Will we be seeing you coming up? And if so, what do you expect?
Yeah, I'm loaded up here in the B series and ready to get back out there. And I learned a little bit there. That top side definitely worked with the setup that I had. Just gotta get that wing right, and hopefully I can come out with another top 5, maybe podium. We'll see.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
You guys for setting this whole thing up. Rocket Racing set up shop for the setup tonight. It was absolutely incredible. And Warrior Wraps for the awesome wrap that I got.
Alrighty. We will see you in a few moments, Brandon. Good luck.
Thank you. Have a good one.
So Brandon Dittmer takes home the 2nd spot. And now it is time to go to Cool Ray Victory Lane. And we are going to talk with the Aussie, Jamie McCarran. Jamie, good morning, man. How are ya? Oh, Jamie, you got a copy? Oh, I think we can hear him. Yep, I think we got you, Jamie. That was a fast car you had tonight in the C division.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks, mate. I'll sort of change a bit of the setup there. I went a totally different what I used to, and yeah, it sort of paid off, I think. So,
from what we know right now, without the penalty points, it would be an 11-point gain on Daniel Blau in the championship. How much do you think you are in this battle with 2 races left?
I finally had a bit of luck on my side. I've had a bad run the last couple of weeks. So I put myself in probably a stupid position. I suppose I should have just waited, but I'll just see how it goes, mate. It just there's some good drivers in here, so yeah, see what happens.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
Beefins Designs, Speed Shop 51 for their awesome setups with all the advice from Clayton Tilley. Mazin's Transport in Australia, and you guys for broadcasting it, and yeah, awesome league.
All right, Jamie, we will let you go. Congratulations, man.
Cheers, thanks, buddy.
So Jamie McCarran takes home the win, and let's show you your official results here. Well, again, a tough break for Austin Stern, who had a chance to who had a chance to win it at the end. With the way he was coming, you knew he just had a chance. But Hard Charger brought to you by A&J Custom Creations, specializing in laser engraving and CNC machining. A&J puts their craftsmanship to work in every wood trophy and plaque they produce. A&J provides trophies and plaques to all of Coast2Coast Racing League division champions. Contact Andy Patton to order your custom creation today. And also Victory Lane brought to you by Cool Ray Heating and Air Conditioning. Cool Ray's goal is to make sure that Ray's tradition of 100% customer satisfaction lives on today. Cool Ray is proud of their reputation of providing excellent service to homeowners and businesses in Georgia. Their mission is to continue to build long-lasting relationships with their customers through their winning spirit and commitment to 100% satisfaction guaranteed. There you see the rest of the results on your screen. We had 19 drivers finish on the lead lap. We're going to take our first break of the night, and when we come back, it will be B Division time for the Rebels. So stay with us here on the Coast2Coast Racing Network.
People want to have a one-stop shop. They need us for now all these different services, not just the heating and air side.
When things are going wrong, you want the company that's going to be able to get things done as fast as possible for you.
Today we're going to be in over 600 homes. What the customers can count on is we're going to send a competent person to your home with a vehicle that's stocked and prepared. We're going to do what's right.
Right now, we're waiving our $79 service fee with any Cool Ray, Brightbox, or Mr. Plumber service.
GeForce TV delivers the excitement of short track racing to places it has never seen before. With dynamic production elements and state-of-the-art technology, GeForce TV proves what the racing community already knew. Race fans are plentiful and they are hungry for excitement. Last year, GeForce TV streamed over 250,000 hours of intense racing action for fans all around the world. Nearly 750,000 fans viewed our streams and on-demand videos. By the end of the racing season, our subscriptions rose more than 400%. What does all this mean for you and your business? Motorsports marketing in Canada has never produced such amazing and measurable results. Cashing in on the benefit of motorsports marketing is easier than it's ever been. Work with a team, work with a speedway, work with a series, or join the excitement directly with us at GeForce TV. We are excited to see you all back at the races. But until then, see it all on GeForce TV. Subscribe today for free at GeForceTV.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We are set for the Rebels. The B Division Rebels currently in their drivers' meeting. And it should be a good one tonight as well. The Rebels tonight are brought to you by Malcolm's Mills Mill Writing. And let me give you a fun fact. One of the stories we should talk about right now on the entry list, possibly our biggest crowd tonight for the B Division. We have 26 entries, and we are going to have, for the first time ever, a full field tonight for the Coast to Coast Racing League B Division Rebels. So, for the first time this season, how about that? That is going to be awesome, and it's going to be, without question, a lot of fun. Point standings. We'll talk about those right now. As always, brought to you by iRacing League Manager. Just 1 second here. Actually having some technical difficulties loading those up. And it is. So, again, we've been watching that battle between Lane Snook and Brennan Lacey very closely. It is down to 7 points. To say that in layman's terms and when it comes to positions, is just over 2 positions is the deficit, and over 3 positions if they're outside of the top 5. And it's going to be a fun battle in these final 3 races between those two for the championship. Only 3 different winners this season in this division. It's been Snook, Lacey, and Connor Ross. And looking through, Connor Ross, I don't think is here tonight on the entry list. So that's an interesting development there. But let's take a look at the point standings. Again, like I said, Lane Snook leads by 7 points on Brennan Lacey. Terry Landis is third by himself with 403. Randy Shreves is fourth with 378 and is in a great battle with Donovan Ross for that spot. Only 10 points separate fourth from fifth. Bob DeGood is sixth by himself. He's got 352. Joe Backus in an incredible battle, a 3-way battle for seventh with Garrett Pepiat and Connor Ross. 330, 327, and 323. And Preston Cranmer is in 10th, with 312. Great battle with Matthew Croak for 10th in series points. So that's how we look for right now. Brennan Lacey taking home the win last week at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Practice should be done here shortly. Just had my watch go off. It's voice assistant. I'm not going to say the name because it will detect it. Waiting to have the checkers come out on qualifying. Keep in mind, when we went to break, by the way, we just had about 9 o'clock. And, yep, here we go. Qualifying is about to go down. Brought to you by Pitside Podcast. First driver who watches the driver that crosses the line first. And that will be Luke Gazarek in the 419, coming off of a top 10 run in the C Division race. So again, qualifying is underway. First lap on the board for Gazarek at a 1:38.34, but Matthew Croak just surprised him. Same with Kevin Fry on lap 1 with a 13.605. We'll watch Matthew Croak here closely, and we'll go with Kevin Fry to see if Fry can improve on a 13.605. Second lap is not as quick, though. Jamie McCarron second quick with a 13.631. Off of turn 4, lap number 2 for McCarron as Donovan Ross goes up to second. Quick time, meanwhile, Garrett Papiat, 13.564. Bob DeGood, 9th quickest, 13.703. Improves to a 13.697. Lane Snook, though, better on lap 2 at a 13.590. Randy Shreves just began his first lap in the number 156. First lap for Randy Shreves, 4th in points coming on in the greens in sector number 1. And he's 22nd quick with a 14.30. Again, just his warm-up lap. Will improve here on lap number 2 using the low side. Improves to 6th quick at a 13.64. Just waiting for 4 drivers to qualify. Going to take a look at the stuff real quick and just confirm that qualifying is all set. There's 1. I believe there's 2. So yes, I believe qualifying is all set. On the pole for tonight, with the quick time, I should say, not on the pole, 1:35.64. Your defending champion of the Rebels division in the number 47 is Garrett Papiat. So Garrett Papiat on the pole for tonight in heat race number 1, but we'll be inverted to start in the 4th position. You see how fresh this track is, but it won't be like that come feature time. Heat 1, again, brought to you by the Empire Super Sprints, and here's how we line things up. Again, the top 4 all inverted. Terry Landis and Brandon Dittmer in row 1. Dittmer again coming off that 2nd place run earlier tonight with the Raiders. Jamie McCarron and Garrett Papiat in row 2. Jack Clevenger, Roger Craig, row 3. Andy Piercefield in row 4. Field rolls off of pit road. Again, for those that just joined us, 8 laps, top 4 transfer. If you are new to the Coast to Coast Racing League, here are how things work. We already had our 3-minute qualifying and 10-minute practice session. We'll have 3 to 5 heats, each 8 laps. Top 4 before the heats begin are inverted, and the top 4 transfer to the feature from each race directly. So the winner of this feature will start on the pole. We'll then have a B main regardless of what happens. We've got over 24 drivers on the entry list tonight. 10 laps, and depending on the heats, how many, top 4, 8, or 12 will transfer to the A main. We'll then have a 5-minute warm-up. Tonight's feature for the Rebels, 25 laps. Obviously no cautions in the heats, but for the feature, caution laps will not count. Again, everyone gets 1 quick repair, 2 greenway checkers if necessary. Pace truck pulls in for the first heat race for the Rebels tonight, and we are green. Terry Landis checks out of the hotel early on, but Jamie McCarron already up to 2nd position and challenging for the race lead. Shuts the door on Kieran Papiat, who tries to look inside of McCarron, all the way down to the bottom of that racing surface for the runner-up spot. McCarron trying to look inside on Landis, but Papiat's just right there. Everyone using the low line as defense. Track is fresh early on. No one wanting to go to the high side. They want to save the high side for later tonight. Again, McCarron slams the door on Papiat. Wants that race lead from Terry Landis, but nothing coming to fruition. Papiat's got to run inside on McCarron for the runner-up spot. Can he power his way off on the exit, or does McCarron use the banking to his momentum? At the stripe, it's close, but it is McCarron for P2 on track. 3 cars under a blanket in the battle for the lead as we're halfway home in Heat 1. Again, the banking here at Eldora Speedway, 24 degrees. Papiat trying the inside on McCarron for 2nd spot as you go on board. Look how close he, oh, there's contact! Contact with Papiat, and Papiat goes around. Nice save. But Papiat falls back to 5th and for the lead. Could be 3 wide here. Brandon Dittmer's in the battle too, coming to the white flag. And contact, Dittmer's loose off of turn 4. He saves it. Roger Craig goes to 3rd, pulling a rabbit out of a hat. Battle between McCarron and Landis. Jamie McCarron takes the heat win. Real quick, I want to look at what happened between Papiat and McCarron, and we won't. Came in a little bit too late on that, as heat race number 2, brought to you by Icon Sim Sports. We'll line them up this way. It's Lance Ripka, Matthew Croak in row number 1. Randy Shreves, Lane Snook, row 2. And Derek Miller and Jack Hitt in row 3. Tough break for Jamie McCarron, who was your quick time in qualifying and will have to go through to the B main and start from the rear. It's just been a lot of bad luck this season for Jamie McCarron. So fastest driver from qualifying is Lane Snook, who again starts in 4th position. Lane Snook, Randy Shreves in this heat. The notables in this one. Again, Lane Snook, your points leader. And again, for qualifying, it is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for the top 5. And I believe as well, thinking of qualifying, when we go back to the C division, if you cut down 5 more points, the gap would be cut down to 10 before penalty points in the Raiders division. But remember the 7 mark, but remember the 8-point gap coming in between Lane Snook and Brennan Lacey. We're green. Watch Lane Snook closely. He wants to get that lead away. But it is Matthew Croak up on the outside. A teammate of Jamie McCarron. He goes to the lead early. Lance Ripka to 2nd. Lane Snook back in 3rd, trying to challenge. And Randy Shreves back in 4th. Clear contact between Snook and Ripka off of turn 4. The driver of the 123 up to the runner-up spot. Fastest car of the heat. He was 2nd quickest in qualifying. And now Shreves outside of Ripka on the top shelf where the cushion is. Takes away 3rd. Huge cushion where the low line is the place to be. But during that warm-up, not be surprised if drivers access the top shelf of the racing surface. Looks like drivers from this heat are using more of the middle line than they were on the bottom. Croak, Snook, Shreves, and Ripka. Gap between 4th and 5th, just about a second. Jack Hitt would be the first one out. Let's see if Lane Snook thinks about doing anything on Matthew Croak. Looks at a higher groove. Could be where you want to be come feature time. As Snook tries to get that wheel underneath. But he finds nothing but Croak all the way topside. 3 wide for the lead. Shreves touches with Snook, and he's loose. Can he save it? Yes, he can. Back to 3rd. Final lap. And it's between Croak and Shreves. They were 3 wide for the white flag, and Matthew Croak will take the heat win. Shreves 2nd. Snook comes back to finish in 3rd, but I don't think he'll be too happy with Mr. Shreves. And won't be able to make contact before the end of that. Third heat race brought to you by the Super Dirt Car Series. And we'll line things up this way. Brennan Lacey, who does not get any bonus points from qualifying, in row number 1 next to Preston Cranmer. Jordan Maherder, and I got that right this time, Kevin Fry in row 2, Mike Cranmer and Blaine Brink in row number 3. Brink starting from the rear of this heat race. Remember, Brink has been a key player in the Raiders. Now with how he's been, he's moved up to Rebels. One of the quickest turnarounds I've seen from C to B. 1 to go until the green. Watch Brennan Lacey closely. If he finishes inside the top 2, it could be big come 25 lap feature time, trying to close the points on Lane Snook. Remember, Lane Snook finished 3rd in heat race number 2. That would put him at about a 10th place starting spot for the feature tonight. Here we go for heat race number 3, 3rd of 4 heats. We're green. And already going 3 wide, looking closely there. That is Brink in the 21. Thinking about going top shelf there. But this field looks like Talladega into turn number 3. Lacey, a big slider. Up into the race lead he goes. Preston Cranmer now inside. Slide jump. Oh, Lacey! Lacey got the wall. And he's back to 6th and will have to go to the B main likely. Preston Cranmer inside. Takes the lead from Kevin Fry. This is incredible racing. Here goes Blaine Brink from last, looking for 1st inside. Now that high group starting to be utilized just a little bit, even though there is a cushion. Big slider near contact with Preston Cranmer. For the lead, it's the 07 out in front. Big slide job there. We're nearly 4 wide off of turn 2, and Maherder's loose. Off the pace he goes, and Preston's off the pace. And big contact with Maherder, and that puts Lacey back into 4th. So that's definitely what he wants. Now tries to look inside of Kevin Fry. You just knew a wreck was likely coming. But how about the phenom of Blaine Brink? Using the cushion, nobody going all the way up high just yet. A 3rd place finish would put Brendan Lacey, who has damage. I think he ran out of fuel. And I think that's what happened. Brendan Lacey will have to go to the B main for running out of fuel. Final lap underway in this heat race, and it will be Blaine Brink that starts from 3rd. The legend continues. Brink takes the checkers. Mike Cranmer 2nd. I think that anyone really saw that coming with the driver of the 70. Kevin Fry 3rd, and Jordan Maherder takes 4th spot. Final heat race brought to you by Gambler Motorsports. And we will line things up this way. Luke Gazarek and Bob DeGood in row 1. Austin Stern, who is hungry after coming oh so close to the win in the Raiders, inside of row 2 with Donovan Ross next to him. And then it is Donald Dory and Joe Backus, the field of 6. Again, top 4 transfer on. You can see how much the track has changed. We were all using the low line. The cushion was in the middle. But then the track has changed a little bit. The cushion is now up on that high side. The middle line looks like the place to be. And even that high side can prove to be somewhere. And you see as well that low line, the exit of 4. And same with the high groove. Starting to rubber up just a little bit. And you see it too on the high side of turn 1 on the straights. This track obviously changes between heats and features, so you will have to make some setup changes too to adjust your car to where it works very well. Donovan Ross and Austin Stern, row 2, you'll have to watch very closely as Donovan was the fastest of the bunch here in heat race number 4. We get ready to go green, and here we go. Gazarek holds serve. Stern inside. On DeGood takes 2nd spot. Oh my goodness, slicing and dicing. Donovan Ross is back to 5th. Oh boy, DeGood just took Backus out. Literally came down as we've got a battle for the lead. Austin Stern, a half a car length behind Luke Gazarek. Donovan sent it in on the inside. We first thought he was out of it, but he's back in it. Inside the top 4, Bob DeGood currently in 4th spot, but we're watching that battle for the lead between Luke Gazarek and Austin Stern. Stern looked on the exit of turn number 2, just holding his ground, right where he needs to be. And there he goes. Stern sends it in. Does he slide job Luke Gazarek? Oh, they touched! Gazarek is around, and Donald Dory just pulled a rabbit out of a magic hat. Gazarek won't be too happy for that. Temper is coming to a boil here, to a rolling boil, just like spaghetti. With 3 laps to go, now it's 2. And Dory is currently in 4th. DeGood is 3rd. Gazarek is in the pits. He says, yeah, I'm just going from the B main. But Donovan Ross is closed in on Austin Stern. Folks, this isn't over yet. Final lap. Ross is setting it in to stay in this battle. Closed in a little bit on Austin Stern. I don't think Ross is going to have anything. Oh, man, he did have something for a moment, but it doesn't pay off. Austin Stern takes heat 4. So the Invaders are really showing off here a little bit early on here in the heats, as now we turn to warm-ups here. And as we turn to warm-ups once again, for those that missed it during the Raiders division during our intermission, we talked a lot about the Never Give Up Racing for Brody Sim special charity event. Here's more about it.
Join in and help out Brody Sim, who was seriously injured in a sprint car accident this year. The fundraiser will feature 305 sprint cars and pro late models. Ready Register now for one class for only $10 or both classes for $15 until August 15th. After August 15th, it'll be $15 for one and $20 for both. All drivers are guaranteed 2 to 4 races between August 17th and August 23rd. Don't miss the opportunity to help out Brody Sim in his road to recovery. 100% of the proceeds will go to Brody Sim through the Steve King Foundation. The Brody Sim Never Give Up fundraiser is presented by Can-Am Racing Team, Gambler Motorsports, Sim Seats, Maurer Farm Management, Epsilon Sprint Wraps, VMR Wraps, and PMD Wraps. For more information, check out www.c2crl.com. Help Brody Sim never give up and sign up today.
And all of us at Slide Job Racing Network are really, oh yeah, we got the B-Main. Are really looking forward to broadcasting that event. So we get ready to go here for the LCQ. I forgot we got to go through that. Garrett Pepe at Joe Head, Joe Backus, Preston Credmer, Derek Miller, Joe Clavinger, Brendan Lacey, Luke Gazarick, Andy Piercefield, all a part of this. One driver will go home from this. Pace truck is in. 10 lap last chance showdown is underway. First driver out currently Andy Piercefield. Actually, Piercefield did not enter in this, so all drivers are just pretty much getting extra practice, and it's Garrett Pepe out with the lead early on. Joe Backus inside on Jack Hitt for that second position. Backus put the wall early on. We got trouble behind them. Gazarick bicycling in turns 1 and 2 and falls back to 8th. Pepe, meanwhile, has pulled away. Backus trying inside, maybe a slide job up on Jack Hitt. Does not, and that puts Preston Cranmer up to 3rd. Tries to thread the needle, possibly 3 wide off of turn 4. Tucks back in line right behind the 46, behind the 217. And now Cranmer all the way down to the bottom. Slide jobs. Jack Hitt takes the runner-up spot away. Hit's in 3rd. Backus is 4th. We got Clevenger 5th. Derek Miller is 6th. Luke Gazarick 7th. And Brendan Lacey is actually fallen back to 8th position. Lacey, I don't know what is going on with his car, but he's up to 5th after Derek Miller and Luke Gazarick crashed. Let's see what happened here. Gazarick just turned him in the 38, and both of them up on their lids. So give us a moment. We're just trying to figure this glitch out here. Contact there too, as we are under the white flag, 1 lap to go. In this heat, checkers are out. Garrett Pepe wins it. Having some technical difficulties at the moment, so we're trying to fix those for you. But Brendan Lacey will have to come from the rear of the field if he wants a chance at closing in the points lead. But this is definitely what Lane Snook needs. This should likely change here, and it is not for some reason. There we go, and we've got it fixed for you now. And we're going to once again play that video of the Brody Sim Challenge. Came in there a little bit early.
Join in and help out Brody Sim, who was seriously injured in a sprint car accident this year. The fundraiser will feature 305 sprint cars and pro late models. Register now for one class for only $10 or both classes for $15 until August 15th. After August 15th, it'll be $15 for one and $20 for both. All drivers are guaranteed 2 to 4 races between August 17th and August 23rd. Don't miss the opportunity to help out Brody Sim in his road to recovery. 100% of the proceeds will go to Brody Sim through the Steve King Foundation. The Brody Sim Never Give Up fundraiser is presented by Can-Am Racing Team, Gambler Motorsports, Sim Seats, Maurer Farm Management, Epsilon Sprint Wraps, VMR Wraps, and PMD Wraps. For more information, check out www.c2crl.com. Help Brody Sim never give up and sign up today.
Again, such an incredible event that we are putting on, and Slide Job Racing Network is looking forward to broadcasting Championship Night for you. Remember the t-shirts that are available for purchase through Brody Sim's racing page at the Coast2Coast Racing League website, c2crl.com. I'll tell you a little bit more about it. We've been telling you about it throughout the night. 8-race series that features the fixed 305s and pro late models. 60 spots available for each division, with 2 to 4 races guaranteed. Races open to anyone with an iRacing account. Races are the cost to enter before August 15th. $10 for one division, $15 for two. After August 15th, $15 for one, $20 for two. And feel free to donate more. Trophies for overall winners, plus a ton of door prizes. Make sure you enter early to ensure your spot. Make sure you do it for Brody and make this a huge success. Coast2Coast Racing League has raised over $7,000 to date for various charities. And let's talk more about the Steve King Foundation, which is the charity we're going to. It's a non-profit, tax-deductible 501c3 charitable organization established for the purpose of helping the dirt track racing community. The foundation was established after the death of Steve King. They provide assistance to race car drivers, pit crew members, racing officials, and track operations personnel, or the immediate family of those individuals who are involved in dirt track racing and are seriously ill, severely injured, or killed. Recently on the Pit Side podcast, an interview with Brody's dad, Ed, and it's an amazing interview. If you've not seen it, make sure you check it out on the Pit Side podcast page. All monetary prizes will be your choice of iRacing credits, an Amazon gift card, or donation to Brody. Top 3. Winner gets trophy and $25. Second gets $15, and third gets $10. LCQs get predetermined mystery gifts. Door prizes will be your choice of 4 $25 gift cards and 6 car wraps for iRacing. We are set to go for the feature, and let's give you the starting lineup for the 25-lap event. On the pole is the Invader from the Raiders, from Australia, in the number 211. Wake up! It's Jamie McCarran, Matthew Croak. Next to him, the teammates. Row number 2. Blaine Brink, the rookie phenom, and Austin Stern, who came oh so close to winning in the Raiders. Row 3, Terry Landis, Randy Shreves. Row 4, Mike Cranmer, Donovan Ross. And row 5, this row you have to watch closely. It's got the Bassman Roger Craig, and Lane Snook is in this row too. If you're wondering where Brennan Lacey starts, he comes from 21st. Kevin Fry, Bob DeGood in row number 6. Going through the rest of the field, Brandon Dittmer, Lance Ribka, Jordan Maherder, Donald Dory, Garrett Papiat, Preston Cranmer, Joe Backus, Jack Clevenger. There's Brennan Lacey in 21st. Jack Hitt, Luke Gazarek, Derek Miller, your field of 24. The field rolls off for the start. Matthew Croak, by the way, for those that are wondering, and we're going to confirm this with you folks at home. Going to the rear for this feature, Brendan Lacey also starting from the rear too. Big championship implications possibly on the line. 1 lap to go until we get the green. "25 laps. Caution laps do not count." Again, going to be a fun race just like we saw in the Raiders division. Jamie McCarran and Austin Stern both battling hard for that win. A pair of invaders about to duke it out for 25 laps. You got them or you got the field. We are about to find out. Let's set them off with a bugle. First time off turn 2. Hang on, Austin Stern. Wicked loose down the back chute as the yellow is out instantly. And we are not sure what it is for anyway. We are checking from the back. Ah, there it is. You see the 7 could be labeled. Trying to see who that was. I think that was Bob DeGood. The 7 that just lost control. And race control. Oh, a car went around actually. That was Mike Cranmer who got turned. And he just came down into someone. Not sure who it was. Have to look at the field. But the caution laps, I think it was on the 747 of Roger Craig, so a little bit interesting there. So because we are on the start, caution laps are counting for the start of this one. However, though, caution laps will not count for the rest because the yellow came out on lap number 1. Single file restart as we get ready to go green. Again, this start will be tried again on different caution laps, all being revised off of what happened, off of how they lined up unless you were in the wreck. Jamie McCarran and Austin Stern, first and second. Blaine Brake, third. Randy Trees, first. Terry Landis, in fifth. McCarran, the right to fire first. Let's do this again. McCarran checks out, and we are under caution again. And we've got Kevin Fry and Lance Ripka around. Not sure what happened here, but a lot of drivers just being very aggressive earlier on. Was it just a stack-up situation? I think it was. And DeGood just simply did not get going. And they went around. Won't be a lot of happy drivers for that one, that's for sure. Let's show you that again as the Flying Fry will use his quick repair. DeGood just did not get going and did not get the memo that we were already restarting and McCarran was checking out. So caution laps will not count from now on. We are on lap number 3. When we go green, it'll be lap 4 of 25. Lights are out, 1 to go to green. If Blaine Brink was a regular contender in the Raiders, he would be a part of a top 3 invader from the Raider. McCarran, Stern, Brink, Shreves, Landis, Donovan Ross, Snook, Craig, DeGood, Dittmer, your top 10. We are again watching the battle closely between Roger Craig and Brendan Lacey. Lacey hasn't gotten lucky because all of these yellows have come out. Back to green one more time. And we're gonna keep playing that bugle until we get a green flag lap in. For second spot, Blaine Brink inside on Austin Stern. Stern rides the wall in turns 3 and 4, and that lap is in the books. Brink inside for the lead. Slide job on McCarron, doesn't work, and he's losing a whopper of spots. Back to 4th and now back to 5th as Terry Landis takes that away. As your top three are nose to tail, Austin Stern sends it in on the bottom. There's some dirt there. Maybe a possible slide job on Jamie McCarron. Doesn't work. McCarron scrapes the wall. Here's Shreves battling for second with Stern. Excellent hard racing after the yellows. Brendan Lacey up to 19th, and Lane Snook is currently in 6th. Big for Lane Snook right now as he's ahead by a big mac of spots on Brendan Lacey as we are under caution once again. And this is Mike Cranmer with no front wing and Kevin Fry. And this is not what he wants either. Already been in a wreck earlier today. Gets it into the marbles. Comes down to Cranmer. Oh man, hard shot for Mike. Both of them upside down. Fry is stuck. And that will be the end of his night. Six laps are complete. I should say 5 laps are complete. Will be 6 when we take the green flag. Just watching that replay one more time on our program live feed that is on YouTube. Haven't talked a lot with you guys in chat. Let us know who's watching, where you're from, and who you are rooting for tonight. One to green, lights are out, green flag, next time by, in the words of Super Dirt Car Series race director Johnny Nelson. Kevin Fry is officially out of the race. So let's reset the field after we completed a couple of green flag laps. Jamie McCarron the leader, Austin Stern second, Randy Shreves third, Blaine Brink fourth, Terry Landis fifth, Lane Snook sixth, Donovan Ross seventh, Garrett Pepia eighth, Roger Craig ninth, and Brandon Dittmer is 10th. Track has definitely rubbered in big time during the warm-up, and oh, Stern tried to go, and we had a big, major stack up. You could hear from the contact. Stern couldn't pass inside, but he was hoping McCarron would fire early. Stern keeps it outside, crosses over, touches with Blaine Brink, battle for second, it's on. Brink edges Stern there at the line. But Stern's going to get the advantage on the outside in 1 and 2. Inside on 3 and 4 is where you want to be. And Shreves is up to third. Brink is stuck in the Lost Island. Trying to slide job, wants to get back on that outside and is back to 5th. Lane Snook is in 4th. Brendan Lacey is in 15th. And we are under caution once again. And oh no, Roger Craig. That's unfortunate. Was inside the top 10 when we went back to green. The inside, and simply loses it after contact with Jordan Maherder. Been a very rough race so far, a little bit ugly, a lot of cautions, not usual for a race like this. Obviously the next feature with the Renegades is a lot cleaner, but no surprise, a bunch of drivers' ILs will be going up, and some of them may not be able to transfer into tonight's Renegades main feature. Lights are out, green next time by. So McCarron continues to lead, looking to go 2 for 2 so far on the night. Austin Stern is second, and he wants revenge. Randy Shreves third. Lane Snook is up to 4th, and Big implication, 66 points. Brendan Lacey in 15th has 46. That'd be a 20-point gain, 28-point lead unofficially as of right now. Add on the top 5 spot there for Lane Snook for starting for having the second quickest time. It would be around 32. McCarron holds serve on the restart. Lane Snook, how about this? He's got a car that is going good on the inside, and he's up to second. Trying to challenge Austin Stern, but you're really going to have that car dialed in on the bottom. They change spots once again, and Snook tucks back in line in 3rd spot. McCarron holding on to about a half-second lead. There you see Lane Snook trying to challenge inside on Austin Stern for that runner-up. Doesn't work again. Biggest mover of the race so far from the B main is Jack Clevenger from 20th to 7th. Him and Pepiat are going at it for those 5 bonus points just for that hard charger award. Oh, Lane Brink's in the wall. He's in 6th position. Not what he wants right now. For those wondering where Brendan Lacey is, he's made his way up to 12th position. If I'm Brendan Lacey, would like to see Lane Snook either fall back big time or like to see a wreck happen to get him back into the swing of things. Stack them up in a single file restart, but Snook is in 3rd, Austin Stern 2nd, Jamie McCarron is in 1st. Doesn't look like we've got a lot of lap traffic ahead for Jamie McCarron, and as we got 9 to go here at the line. Stern has been able to close the gap just a little bit as we compare their lap times. Stern was a 1/4 of a second faster last time by. Comparing the lap this time, 200ths faster. Austin Stern is there, but he gets loosey-goosey off of turn 2. You compare the lap delta once again. You see the gap. This time McCarron has increased it just a little bit. There is traffic ahead they are working on. That's the 7 of Bob D. Good. Not been a good feature. Battle for second though. Snook with the lap car in front of him of D. Good. And Stern will power by and defend the spot. 6 laps to go in the B main. Austin Stern's in the wall. Lane Snook takes a look underneath, nearly got into him. That could have changed everything, and Snook is up to 2nd. That's 3 more points that Lane Snook can add, as Brendan Lacey is currently in 10th. 5 to go. 72 and 54 would be a gain of 18 points. Half-second lead for Jamie McCarron, looking to do the double and go 2 for 2. Garrett Pepiat, Jack Clevenger battling for that hard charger award. If Pepiat can pass Snook for 2nd, that would be big for him. He could get 5 bonus points with 3 laps to go. Charged in the inside, 3 wide for the lead. Pepiat tried, doesn't work. Lane Snook inside. He wants that 3rd win of the season. Inside he goes, looking for the race lead. Doesn't work. McCarron and Snook duking at it. Big slide job from Lane Snook. McCarron counters back. Final lap underway. McCarron with a big slide job. Snook crossover 2.0. Lane Snook to the race lead. Looking for win 3 on the season. McCarron tries to fight back. Final corner, and it's Lane Snook. Lane Snook takes the win over Jamie McCarron, and that is huge. Absolutely huge. As of right now, we know it is 79 points for Lane Snook. Brendan Lacey comes home in 9th position. And that is huge for Lane Snook. It is a 23-point gain without the penalty points. Holy moly. We went from 8 points to 31 for Lane Snook. And we're about to talk with him. A huge championship win that may have just determined what happened in this race and spoiled the hopes of Jamie McCarron for a chance at the double. And we're going to get the top 3 on in here. We'll start things off with the driver of the number 47, Garrett Pepiat. Garrett, Marty up in the booth, you got a copy?
Sure do.
You had a chance there at the win, but it was just unfortunate. You came from the B main, and if you didn't have to come from the B main, do you think you would have had a better chance at the win and maybe even getting the checkered flag?
Yeah, I would have had a very high chance of winning this race. Me and this track just mesh all too well, and I love racing at this track. It's just so racy, especially this track state. It was beautiful at the beginning. There was a bottom, there was a top, there was multiple lines.
Yeah, absolutely. And you challenged Lane Snook and Jamie McCarron going 3 wide. How was that low line when you had the chance to go for it?
I wasn't paying a close enough attention, or else I wouldn't have went down there. I wish I would have stayed up high, but it was a mistake. But I still finished and didn't hit nobody, didn't get hit. So that's all I want. I want some good, clean racing and so have some fun with some friends.
Absolutely. Who you want to give shout outs to tonight?
Ford Entertainment Group for building me my PC. Ross Carenta at Velocity Race Designs for painting me up my cars. It's been a minute since I've been in Victory Lane, so I forgot everybody, but everybody that helps me out, I appreciate it. Roger for putting on the league, you for streaming this and letting everybody watch the show we can put on for the fans.
The defending champion of the Rebels is back in Victory Lane. Congratulations, Garrett.
Thank you, sir.
Garrett Pepiat, his first win of the season in the Rebels. Let's talk with the Aussie, Jamie McCarron. Coming home with a second place finish. And I think Jamie is just getting his stuff loaded up. There he is. Jamie, that's unfortunate, man. Just coming oh so close. How was racing with Lane, though?
No, Lane's pretty good, mate. He's usually a clean driver. We give each other room, which is the main thing. But I tried the same setup, but I should have just went a little bit more aggressive with the wing angle. But anyway, that was a good result.
Definitely. It was really a battle of slide jobs at the end. Just maybe what more could you possibly have needed to get by Snook there on that last lap?
Yeah, I was sort of, with the setup I had, I was sort of committed to the top. I got a little bit too tight if I sort of ran into the slick and try and do the cut down line. But I'll learn from that and hopefully see how we go on the A division here and hopefully bring another podium.
Well, you want to give let's do the shout outs once again.
I'd like to thank Beefins Design, Clayton Tilley at Speed Shop 51 and Mazen's Transport over here in Australia.
All right, man. Nice run tonight.
Too easy. Thanks, buddy.
And we're going to go to Cool Ray Victory Lane and talk with your winner, Lane Snook. Lane, this was a much-needed win for you, especially considering where Brendan Lacey finished, and you increased the points lead big time.
Yeah, that's definitely a plus. Kind of got my nerves up a little bit there at the end. Trying not to stay out of the wall, throttle control, and trying to run him down at the same time. But I don't know, we were able to do all 3 of them things and get it done.
How about that, too? Coming all the way from 10th position and just rocketing your way up to the last lap. You've been known as well for clutch performances in the past this season.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like I do a lot better whenever I throw a Hail Mary at the setup when I'm starting in the back. But I don't know. I guess I can just see where everybody else is going, what's line's good, and what I need to do different compared to everybody else. And I don't know. I just I don't like starting up front, I guess.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
I'd like to thank the Velocity Designs, Vanderbilt Racing, Jesse, Brandon, Goldner, Moonen, Lacey, JP, Fitzy, Dirt Doctors Trucking, Bio.com, Powerhouse Motorsports, Wagner Brothers, you guys for the broadcast, C2C Racing League, Universal Sediment Service, Dakon Hardy Series, Keystone Alliance, KKP, Keystone Recording Products, Fox's Pizza Den, Mexico Ridge Beef Farm, Snoop Dirt Designs, and Old Hatchery, and Fitzy's Perfect Photography.
Alrighty, Lane. Awesome run tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Snook gets the job done and really increases the points lead big time. As of right now, without the penalty points, is currently 34. Your A&J Custom Creations hard charger is Jack Clevenger, up 15 spots from 20th to finish in the 5th position. Here are your unofficial race results for tonight. 0.3 of a second win for Lane Snook over Jamie McCarran. And Austin Stern again coming up short, finishing in the 4th position. And I'm not sure if Stern has the IL to make it to transfer into the A division. We'll just have to see in a little bit. But that's your top 18. Let's show you the rest of the field and how they finished. Only 18 drivers finishing on the lead lap. Tough break for Blaine Brink as well. Coming home in 19th and finishing a lap down. And same goes for Kevin Fry as well. Just did not have a good day at all either. So we will take a break. And when we come back, it is feature time. And it is main event time too for the Renegades. The big event, the one you've all been waiting to see. So we'll be right back. Stay with us.
People want to have a one-stop shop. They need us for now all these different services, not just the heating and air side.
When things are going wrong, you want the company that's going to be able to get things done as fast as possible for you.
Today we're going to be in over 600 homes. What the customers can count on is we're going to send a competent person to your home with a vehicle that's stocked and prepared. We're going to do what's right.
Right now, we're waiving our $79 service fee with any Cool-Ray, Brightbox, or Mr. Plumber service.
GeForce TV delivers the excitement of short track racing to places it has never seen before. With dynamic production elements and state-of-the-art technology, GeForce TV proves what the racing community already knew. Race fans are plentiful and they are hungry for excitement. Last year, GeForce TV streamed over 250,000 hours of intense racing action for fans all around the world. Nearly 750,000 fans viewed our streams and on-demand videos. By the end of the racing season, our subscriptions rose more than 400%. What does all this mean for you and your business? Motorsports marketing in Canada has never produced such amazing and measurable results. Cashing in on the benefit of motorsports marketing is easier than it's ever been. Work with a team, work with a speedway, work with a series, or join the excitement directly with us at GeForce TV. We are excited to see you all back at the races. But until then, see it all on GeForce TV. Subscribe today for free at GeForceTV.net.
Welcome back to the Coast2Coast Racing Network, and we are getting ready to go for the main part of the night. It is time for the A Division Renegades to go at it for their event, brought to you by the Coast2Coast Racing Network. It should be a fun one, like we've seen throughout the past two races on this fine Monday, August 9th. And it should be a good one once again. And again, the main stories we have been following in the A Division has been Stephen Goldner in driving the number 30. The point standings brought to you by iRacing League Manager. And Goldner with 3 wins this season, coming off of back-to-back victories at Cedar Lake and Limaland. And he has just around a 43-point lead on Brandon Schultz. So this is looking very good for the driver of the number 30. Third is Blake Chapman, and that is a hot battle for third. 3 points separate him and Patrick Spangler. A good battle as well for fifth. Kyle Moonen battling with Steven Fernberg for that spot. 5 points separate that. John Hine, Daniel Vaught, great battle going for 7th spot. 4 points separate that also, or known as 2 positions outside of the top 5. And for 9th is very good between Jeffrey Barker, Ross Carina, and Trent Verstraeten. Barker with 324, Carina with 318, and Verstraeten with 313. Talk about a few other things before qualifying gets underway, as we will switch back over to our scenic camera. Mr. Plummer has been serving the Atlanta metro area for decades, and they bring that experience to every job they do. Mr. Plummer is Atlanta's most trusted name in plumbing and drain services. Regardless of your plumbing issue, their dedicated staff can get the job done right the first time. And also, while we wait, let's take this opportunity to take a look at what is coming up on the Coast2Coast Racing League schedule in terms of the broadcasts. Wednesday night is Hometown Heroes. It's Steve King Foundation Night, broadcasted on OSRN. We've got the Fixed Great 305s. That goes for 20 laps. The Steve King Memorial, 50 laps, is going to be a good one. And also Enduro at Lernerville. And Thursday Night Thunder goes to the dirt track at Charlotte with dirt modifieds and pro late models. Here we go for 2 laps of qualifying. Qualifying 3 minutes long, brought to you by the Pitside Podcast. We'll watch first John Hine in the number 71. Running that low line, seems like the line you really want to run here in qualifying. We'll watch his 2 laps on the screen. Hine's first lap opens up, starts the times off with a 13.65. Brandon Schultz up to the pole with a 13.569. See if Hine can improve on that. as he cannot. Jesse Bandy just crossed the start-finish line, looking to improve. 13.674 is his time. Stephen Goldner off turn 4, the points leader. Blake Chapman goes to second spot, 13.621, as Stephen Goldner stays in the 13.681 in 5th position. Terry Landis just crossing the start-finish line. The Rebel from the B division, 14th quick at a 13.795. We watch Ross Carinta in the number 010 on his first lap. Off the turn 4, winner has won a race earlier this season. Carinta's 10th quick at a 13.742. 13742. John Short up to 3rd quick with a 13.628. That puts Carinta back to 2nd position. Carinta, his 11th position, now goes back to 10th with a 13.738. 13738. Chad Cote finishing up. He's in 14th. And Barry Goldner, currently 22nd quickest with a 13929. Off of turn 4 to complete his 2nd lap. Let's see what he does. Barry Goldner, does he improve here? Stays 22nd quick. 2 drivers, and I'm going to double check here. On qualifying. Sure everything is all set and good to go, and yes it is. And with the quick time, a 1:35.69, second in points, the driver of the number 193, Brandon Schultz. We'll start on pole for heat race number 1. The checkers are out on qualifying. Heat race 1 brought to you by the Empire Super Sprints. And here's how we line things up for heat race number 1. Again, the top 4 all inverted. Ross Carinta, Patrick Spangler, row 1. John Hine, Brandon Schultz, row 2. Stephen Fernberg, Nicholas Vickeray in row 3. Gary Offut and Barry Goldner in row number 4. I believe only 3 heats are needed tonight. Maybe 4. If it's 4, though, that means we'll have over 24 cars, and we'll have to have a last chance showdown. For those that are just joining us and are new to the Coast2Coast Racing League, here is how the race format works outside of practice and qualifying. 3 to 5 heats, each 8 laps. Before the heats, we'll invert the top 4 based on qualifying speed. And the top 4 after the race will transfer directly to the feature from each race. The winner of Heat 1 will start on the pole. The B-main, regardless of whether it happens or not for a last chance showdown. 10 laps if you did not make it in the top 4. And if it's a last chance showdown, depending on what happens, top 4 to 12 will transfer to the A-main. We'll then have a 5-minute warm-up. Then the feature tonight is, as always, 30 laps. 1 quick repair, no black flags cleared, no waiver rounds. If you go past lap 1, caution laps will not count. 2 green white checkers if necessary. All starts will go on iRacing. The restarts will go on the leader tonight, as always. So Brandon Schultz, second in points, 43 points back. The main guy to watch out for in this heat with the quick time in qualifying. But a lot of fast drivers here like Patrick Spangler and Brandon Schultz. Pace truck pulls into pit road. Here we go. First heat race of the night for the Renegades about to go down. Let's do it. And Schultz immediately thought about looking high, low line the place to go on a fresh track early on. Carinta holds serve. Patrick Spangler second. Thinks about looking to the outside. John Hine, Brandon Schultz battling for P3. Lap 1 in the books, led by Ross Carinta. Schultz has the advantage on that 24-degree banking. Trying to take the 3rd spot away. You can go full throttle here. We have a fresh track like this at Eldora. Schultz up to 3rd for right now, but Hine trying to fight on back. Contact between Hine and Schultz. That got a little bit too close for comfort. Schultz falls back to fourth, but he's got a battle on his hands. Steven Fernbrook, now the crossover by Schultz. Tries to look down to the inside for P3 on the track. That could be the place to be early on here in the heats. We'll see what happens, but if these two tangle, Steven Fernbrook can try and pounce, currently running in the 5th position. Patrick Spengler remains in second. Ross Corrin is still the leader. They're looking for that pole position. Two laps to go in the feature. Schultz, though, facing a challenge from Steven Fernberg in the battle for fourth. John Hine now challenging Patrick Spengler. This could be for a 5th place starting spot. The other one would have to start in 9th. On the final lap, final turn, Ross Carina will take a heat race win as Spengler threads the needle, looks inside, that got close. So close at the line. Oh baby, Ross Carina takes it. I'm gonna take a look at the margin by 0.05 of a second from iRacing Timing. The heat races are just incredible tonight. So we get ready for heat race number 2, brought to you by Icon Sim Sports. We line them up this way. Steven Spies and Trent Verstraeten in row number 1. Jesse Bandy, Blake Chapman. Row 2, Chad Cote, Terry Landis. Row 3, Tom Taylor, Jamie McKiernan. In row number 4. Field rolls off. They are down the back chute right now. Blake Chapman third in points, the driver to watch out for. In the number 20 was the fastest of all the drivers here in heat race number 2, but we learned from heat 1, sometimes if you're the fastest, it's tough to pass. Depending on who you're racing, it can be tough to pass. Other times, the racing is just incredible, like we saw in one of the B Division heats. Show you too while we were at it the strength of field, just about 2,600 on average. So we should be in for a good show here. Heat race number 2 is green, and immediately a driver pulls off. That is Jesse Bandy. And Trent Verstraeten now immediately pulls up to the inside, looking for the lead on the 55. Slide job from Verstraeten. Spies goes for the crossover. Lap 1 led by the 55 of Spies. Slide job 2.0. Here comes Blake Chapman. He's up for second. He wants a 2-for-1 discount going into turn number 3. Chapman's got the runner up but can't find a way to take the lead. Stays back in third. Terry Landis, the final transfer spot in fourth, battling with Chet Cote for that position. And oh, Landis cleft the barrier there on the outside wall and falls back to fifth. Not what he wanted at all, as Steven Spies leads by about 2 car lengths. This is a battle to start for the second position tonight. Trent Verstraeten currently in second. Chapman are going to work, those two going to work together for P2. On board with the driver of the number 20. Show you on your screen where everyone is on the track at the moment. We're going to show that too during the Renegades feature. If we get a long green flag run over 5 laps to figure out where lap traffic is. The battle for the lead, though, heating up between Spies and Verstraeten. White flag at the stripe, 1 lap to go in heat race number 2. Verstraeten tries the inside, Spies went defensive on entry. Verstraeten trying to set something up here. He goes inside, sends it on in. Slide job, they touch! Spies Verstraeten at the stripe, it's close at Spies! Steven Spies wins heat 2! By 0.04 of a second. Oh baby, these are getting to be fun. Heat race number 3 brought to you by the Super Dirt Car Series, racing at Orange County Thursday night. Let's line them up this way. Again, the 4 drivers are all inverted. Benjamin Couch, Zach Chapman, row 1. Your points leader, Stephen Goldner, John Short, they're in row 2. G.J. Boydell, Jeff Barker, that's row 3. Nathan Aldrich, Brian Moore Sr. in row number 4. You see the field already rolling off. Of course, Goldner has been the story all week long. Back-to-back wins this season. Got his 3rd win last week at Cedar Lake, a dominant one. And a close finish over Kyle Moonen, his teammate, at Cedar Lake. A last lap pass into turn 3, and they were side by side to the end. Pace truck is in. Here we go for 8 laps. Heat race number 3 is green. Possibly the final heat race of the night. We'll have to double check. Stephen Goldner tried to look underneath. We could go 3 wide in the turn 3 for the race lead, and yes we do. We've got a sandwich. Benjamin Couch, while Chapman and Goldner are the crust at the stripe. Chapman leads lap number 1, but Couch is trying underneath, but Stephen Goldner all the way down to the basement. 3 wide for second position. He's got second barely though, but John Short has it. Now Goldner looks for lead, near contact. That got close there with Zach Chapman as Goldner falls back to 3rd. Everyone knows the tail. It's a CSX line off turn 2. That is Boydell that's trying to look underneath in the 014. And now John Shorts pulls out a line. Inside on Goldner for second, but falls back a spot. Now Stephen Goldner into the runner-up spot. Benjamin Couch trying something up on the outside. Slides on up in front of the 513. It's a big wreck. That's Couch. Couch somehow keeps it straight. And we're going to watch a quick replay. Just had a change to the lead. And Short and Couch just touched wheels. Chapman and Goldner are going to war for the lead. And a chance at starting for 3rd in the feature. Huge slider by Goldner. And he takes the lead with 1 to go. Chapman going to fight back. Final time down the back chute in heat race number 3. Defensive line for Stephen Goldner. Zach Chapman may try the crossover here. Off turn 4, doesn't work. Stephen Goldner takes heat 3. Zach Chapman, John Short. How about Brian Moore Sr.? Directly transfers on in and does not need to go to a B main. And we are going right into that B main. And we have 24 cars here. Everyone will make the feature. And again, brought to you by SBGC 3D Printing. Let's line them up this way for the B main. It's Stephen Fernberg, Terry Landis, row 1, G.J. Boydell, Nicholas Fickeray, row 2, Tom Taylor, Nathan Aldrich in row 3, Gary Offa, Jesse Bandy In row number 4, Jeff Barker, Barry Goldner, row 5. And then Jamie McCarran and Benjamin Couch in row number 6. I don't think we'll see McCarran in this. And no, we will not due to IL. Field rolls off for 10 pace laps. Again, this is just for fun, 10 laps. Everyone makes it into the show, so this is a little bit of extra practice here. If you need it. One to green. We get ready to go to the green flag. Fernberg and Landis, the front row for the B main. 10 laps, we'll just cover the action up on front. If there's no action, the best battle on track. Here we go for 10 laps. Track is rubbered up in the middle groove of the track. It's extremely low or extremely high, the place you want to be in 1 and 2. Slide job by Fernberg, takes lap 1. Landis counters back, fights underneath. Here's the slide job 2.0, but couldn't get it in front of Fernberg. Fernberg keeps the lead. Landis falls back to third. Vic Ray 1 second. And car in the wall, it's the leader of Fernberg. Back to third he goes, and Vic Ray threads the needle and takes the lead. Landis tries to fight back underneath, where there is a little bit of slick stuff compared to the rubber. And now Landis, does he slide up? We're 3 wide for the top spot. This is getting tight. Landis has it for right now. Off of turn 2, Vic Ray got it. Fernberg still in the 3rd position. Now on 2nd spot. Now Landis looking all the way underneath. You've got Nathan Aldrich in 4 in case something happens. He's got to run on the outside. Could possibly be 3 wide for the race lead. Maybe even 3 wide for 2nd. Vic Ray holds serve. Halfway home, 5 down, 5 to go in the B main. Aldrich keeping 3rd. Taking 3rd, I should say, away from Landis. Does he go for 2nd? On board with a 5:14. Just staying back on Fernberg, waiting to make his move at the right time. Losing some time on the exit. And Landis is up in the wall. Possibly losing a spot to Jesse Bandy. Bandy taking 4th spot. Major slide job. Landis fights back and takes that 4th spot back. And now Landis plays defensive line, slides up in front of Bandy. 2 to go in the B main. White flag in the air this time by 1 lap to go for Nicholas Vic Ray. First half of the field's already set. This sets the lineup for the 2nd half. Vic Ray looking at a 13th starting spot. Fernberg trying to fight back, but Vic Ray takes the B main. Before we talk for the final time about the special charity event for the Brody Sim Never Give Up charity race, I'd like to take a moment and talk a little bit of sad news we heard in the motorsports world today on the IndyCar and also NASCAR side of things. Motorsports broadcaster Bob Jenkins, known for working in the Indy 500 and NASCAR for ESPN back in the 1990s, is passed away after a battle with brain cancer at the age of 73. Called the Indy 500 on ABC and also called IndyCar races for NBCSN from 2009 until 2012. He had been a PA announcer for the Indianapolis Motor Speedway since 2011. and also been the chief announcer of the IMS Radio Network from 1990 to 1998. One of his famous calls was the closest finish in Indy 500 history when Al Unser Jr. beat Scott Goodyear by 43 thousandths of a second. Bob Jenkins, gone at the age of 73.
Join in and help out Brody Sim, who was seriously injured in a sprint car accident this year. The fundraiser will feature 305 sprint cars and pro late models. Register now for one class for only $10 or both classes for $15 until August 15th. After August 15th, it'll be $15 for one and $20 for both. All drivers are guaranteed 2 to 4 races between August 17th and August 23rd. Don't miss the opportunity to help out Brody Sim in his road to recovery. 100% of the proceeds will go to Brody Sim through the Steve King Foundation. The Brody Sim Never Give Up fundraiser is presented by Can-Am Racing Team, Gambler Motorsports, Sim Seats, Maurer Farm Management, Epsilon Sprint Wraps, VMR Wraps, and PMD Wraps. For more information, check out www.c2crl.com. Help Brody Sim never give up and sign up today.
We've been talking about this a lot today. Special event happening next week from August 17th to August 23rd. Never Give Up Racing for Brody Sim in partnership with the Steve King Foundation. Of course, in a 305 sprint race on May 31st and involved in a terrible accident, leaving him with significant brain trauma, a broken pelvis, and vertebrae. And we are hoping he makes that full recovery as soon as possible. And again, if you haven't checked out the Pitside podcast with his dad Ed, it is an amazing episode. Check it out once we are done for tonight. So we are definitely looking forward to broadcasting the event, the championship races, in 2 weeks on August 23rd. And let's explain the rules here in this event. We'll do 40 laps for each of the 305 and pro late models with caution laps counting. Qualifying features are 30 laps. The pill draw for the top 8 will be on the Pitside Podcast Facebook page on Sunday, August 22nd. How it will work is top 4 finishers from qualifier number 1 will go into the pill draw. 5 through 8 will go to the 9 through 12 starting positions for the championship. Top 4 finishers from qualifier number 2 into the pill draw. 5 through 8 into 13 through 16 starting positions for championship. Top 8 finishers from the LCQ will go to 17 through 24 for the championship. If there are no shows, 9 through 12 from the LCQ will be on standby. OSRN has all the qualifiers and the LCQ, and we are looking forward to broadcasting the feature races as a part of Monday Night Madness. And shout out to all of our sponsors: A&J Custom Creations, the Can-Am Racing Team, Epsilon Sprint Wraps, Maurer Farm Management, Sim Seats, Gambler Motorsports, VMR Wraps, Warrior Wraps, Velocity Race Designs, ABR Setup Shop, and PMD Wraps. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Coast2Coast Racing League, Cool Ray, all the sponsors, all the drivers, and all the admins, we thank you for spending your Monday night with us. It is now time to meet the 24 drivers competing in the 30-lap main event tonight. On the front row, in the number 010, currently in points, he sits in the 10th position, 1 win this season, Ross Corinna. Steven Spees next to him, looking to pull off an underdog shocker tonight. Row 2, your points leader, Steven Goldner and Patrick Spengler. Row 3, Trent Verstraeten and Zach Chapman. Row number 4, John Hine, Blake Chapman. Row 5, John Short and Brandon Schultz. Row 6, Chad Cote and Brian Moore Sr. So we go through the rest of the field. Row number 7. So that's the grid. Row number 7, Nicholas Vickeray, Stephen Fernberg. Row 8, Nathan Aldrich, Terry Landis. Row 9, Jesse Bandy, GJ Boydell. Row 10, Tom Taylor, Barry Goldner. Row 11, Benjamin Kelch, Gary Offut. And row 12, Jeff Barker and Jamie McCarran. McCarran did not race in any of the events we've had, so I believe it is a 23-car field we will have tonight. The field rolls off for 2 pace laps. Again, caution laps will not count unless we are on lap number 1. One lap until the green flag comes out. 43-point lead for Steven Goldner over Brandon Schultz. Schultz starts in 10th. Goldner starts in 3rd. 1st through 24th is always separated by 50 points. So if Steven Goldner does well, he could put himself in a championship clinching situation next week. As we say, race fans, strap in and hold on tight, because these men are about to turn him loose and drop the sledgehammer. As we say, it's showtime at Eldora. Off of corner number 4 for the first time, Steven Goldner looking to slide job up on Ross Corinna. Does not work. Lap 1 in the books, led by the 010. Goldner keeps 2nd spot. Battle for 3rd on. Trent Verstraeten takes it. And then it's a gaggle of cars behind him. 3 wide for P5. Blake Chapman has the edge over Patrick Spangler and John Short. You got Steven Spees up there in the 4th position. 3 wide for about a full lap. And they continue to do it. In the front of the field, Speeds up to 4th, barely over John Short. As we put 3 laps up on the board. Trent Verstraeten looking for 3rd position on the track. He's got that over John Short. Short clears, Speeds is in 5th, 3 wide for 6th. Slide job opportunity there by, I believe that was, can't tell who that is. I think it's that one car in the low line, Brandon Schultz, but nothing coming to fruition currently. 8, nearly 4 wide. Going into turn 1. This is going to be extremely tight. And a lot of high pressure racing. Big time battle for the lead. Steven Goldner inside on Ross Corinna off turn 4. Puts the slide job on the 010. You've got a new leader. Steven Goldner leads at the stripe. Goldner looking to go 3 in a row this season at Eldora and go for his 4th win on the season. A little bit tight there in turns 3 and 4, but Corinna still with him. Let's go back. Trent Verstraeten currently 3rd. Battle for 4th top between Brandon Schultz and Blake Chapman. Schultz knows he needs to get as many positions as possible. Right now, if this is the way they were to be between 1st and 4th position, it would be a 9-point gain. 52 points. Goldner would be up, and that would put him in possibly a championship clinching scenario next week. And it would be possibly an easy situation. Goldner leading by 0.3 of a second over Corinna. Verstraeten 3rd, 4th spot Brandon Schultz. It's Blake Chapman. Let's show you the map on your screen. You see all the numbers and where they are. Your race leader, and we'll actually show you by position and how close they are to catching the traffic. They are near them. Battle for the lead, heating up once again. Goldner defensive line in 1 and 2. Corinna going the high side. Yellow lights are on. And it is Zach Chapman that has crashed in the number 72. Chapman started from the 6th position, so he was a little bit near the front. We'll watch the Malcolms Mills mill riding replay. Flips the wall and spins it off of turn 2, and then gets that no, he does not. Someone's got him. It was is that green car, and Chapman gets a tow and uses the quick repair. So we were on lap number 12 when our first yellow of the night came out. A great long run. As we nearly approach lap traffic, we could see lap traffic again possibly with this single file restart. Take a look, by the way, at who the current A&J hard charger is. And that would be the man that is up 8 positions, Terry Landis from 16th. Remember, he came from the B main as well. Drivers that started from 13th on back were in that B main. If you're 12th on board, you transferred from a heat. Lights are out. Next time by, green flag. Steven Gollner leads, Ross Corina second, Trent Verstraeten third, Brandon Schultz fourth, Blake Chapman is fifth, John Short sixth, Patrick Spangler seventh, Terry Landis eighth, Nicholas Fickrey ninth, and Chad Cote is 10th. Gollner gets the right to fire first on this restart when the pace truck pulls in. And there he goes. Already Brandon Schultz inside. He wants third spot on Trent Verstraeten. Is it going to pay off of turn number 2? We're trying to see here. I think it does for right now. Yes, it can. He clears Verstraeten and takes away third. Chapman and Verstraeten go at it for 4th position. Not a good restart for Trent Verstraeten. Falls from 3rd to 5th. And now Schultz is all over Corina for 2nd spot. Using the low line in 3 and 4. 1 and 2, keeping it up on the top shelf. Verstraeten trying to fight back. That's on Patrick Spangler. Excuse me, Spangler taking away 5th spot from Verstraeten. Now Short challenging for that position. One using that cushion that seems to be the best way around the track. Do you have a rubbered up track in the corners? Not really. The middle line, actually, you know, when you think about it, not really that rubbered up. So, especially in 3 and 4. So if some drivers have a setup that's set up that way, who knows what could happen. Gollner has been able to increase his lead to just over 3/4 of a second over Schultz, who was able to get by Corina for 2nd position. Remember, Brandon Schultz was the pole sitter or on quick when it comes to quick time. So it was a 5-point gain, unofficially puts him down to 38 points. So it'd be 38 points entering this feature. And then the overtake would be 3 points, so it would be a 41-point lead for Steven Gollner. If it's 1-2, 9 laps to go in the feature. Let's show you the track map and where all the drivers are. You see it's about 1/4 of a track until lap traffic is hit, and then you see where your favorite drivers at. Pick the number, find your favorite driver at home. Battle for 3rd is on the line between Ross Corina and Blake Chapman. Remember, Corina led early. He's on 2 wheels, and this is big trouble here. Oh! There they go in the catch fence. Yellow is out. And you saw that live, and what a tough break for Ross Corina and Zach Chapman in 3rd and 4th. Nowhere to go at all. Excuse me, for Ross Corina. And the purple car of Blake Chapman. Nowhere to go for both of them. We're going to watch this again from an alternate angle. See, just got 2 wheels of the wheelie and right in front. Oh my goodness. Look at the air he took. That's what is just unbelievable there in that situation. Corina came in 10th in points, was a possible underdog story. And he is out of the race. He has called it a night. So we will have 7 laps to go in this feature when we go back to green. Now, what do you do here if you're Brandon Schultz? Do you try and, at the same time, you gotta try and time the restart, but do you send it in early on 1 and 2 to try and take the lead? Because he's done that well with other cars on a short run. That's the main question. Current hard charger is Benjamin Kelch and Brandon Schultz, each up 8 positions. There goes Goldner. He fires first. Back to green. Watch Schultz closely here. Does he go to the low line? No. He keeps it up high. Car in the wall. I think that may have been the 11 of course, the 05 win of Spangler. I lost a little bit of time as John Short took away third. Half-second lead for Goldner over Brandon Schultz. And a wheelie by Spangler. And Short takes third. They're stacking it up in the back. That was Brian Moore Sr. mid-pack. I think maybe Landis and possibly Vic Ray too. Well, even for Strayton with 5 to go. Change for 4th position. Colte and Spangler. Colte a nice slide job, but Spangler fights back. 4 laps to go. Kelch fell back to 14th, which means Brandon Schultz could get 5 additional points for being the hard charger. Also as well, this is without the penalty points too. 3 laps to go. It is a half-second lead. Oh, Schultz got the wall. Half-second lead for Stephen Goldner over Brandon Schultz. Terry Landis, Jesse Vandy up 8 spots too. Keep that in mind too. We'll watch Landis and Vandy closely here if they can get up to these drivers. Here we go. This could be a possibility. If Landis makes 1 pass, 9 spots he's up. White flag is out for Stephen Goldner. Looking for 3 in a row. And Goldner putting an exclamation point on the championship. Stephen Goldner wins it at Eldora over Brandon Schultz. For the hard charger, Terry Landis steals 5 points away from Brandon Schultz. So the gap will remain a little bit constant, 41 points for Stephen Goldner unofficially before the penalty points as the flames fly and the fireworks go up. If Schultz was able to get the hard charger award of the race, which by the way, the NJ Custom Creations hard charger award goes to Terry Landis, but if Schultz was able to get that, then we would be looking at a 36-point lead for Stephen Goldner. But Goldner remains in the points lead with a back-to-back win. There is an opportunity for Goldner to clinch, as we know it, 41-point lead before penalty points. Then you got to remember the bonus points too. They come in. Because there is a total of 21 bonus points. And you got to look at as well the fastest lap of the race, which went to Goldner, 14.65. So now that's a 42-point lead as well. So there's a lot of things that you look at here when it comes to the bonus points. If the championship 2 is clinched next week, we will do the presentation at the final race at the dirt track at Charlotte in a couple of weeks from now. First off, we'll talk with a guy that finished in 3rd position, John Short. John, you had a good car. Walk us through your race.
It's pretty good. We started ninth on the inside, so I had to make up some ground early on the bottom while there's some grip down there. So got up to fifth or sixth, and just had to after that caution there kind of settle in and pick off some guys one by one. I know looked like Ross and Blake got into each other up there, so that kind of helped fuel that, and those two would have been tough to pass. So we got lucky. Apologize to Patrick Spangler. I got into him on that restart there. Kind of probably screwed up his restart a little bit, and just before that caution. So didn't mean to beat him up too bad. Just want to say apologies there. But yeah, otherwise car felt good. Yeah, the two big hitters coming into tonight, Steven and Brandon, were in class of the field, and I figured we'd be fighting for third behind them. So I'm happy with where we ended up. That's about as good as I figured we'd be tonight. So.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
Definitely got to thank the Kreitz Sim Racing team. Having a lot of fun over there with those boys. Feel like we're getting a little bit faster. And then you got to thank Galen's Homegrown Popcorn. Really good gourmet popcorn. They got different flavors for all seasons. Go get yourself a bag. And then we got to thank Epsilon Sprint Wraps for putting on an awesome wrap on the car. It looks great. Malcolm Mills, Mill Riding, Kreitz Track Parts, V8 Customs, BK Machine, you for putting on the broadcast, School Rays for coming on board for main sponsor this year, and yeah, just got to thank the wife for letting me do this.
Congratulations on a great run tonight, John.
Thanks, Marty. Have a good one.
John Short takes the third position, and we'll talk with now Brandon Schultz in the number 193. Brandon, you had the fastest lap in qualifying. Just what do you think it was that maybe affected your chances of a win tonight?
Oh, just heat race. Just, you know, that quick lap is awesome. You get the extra bonus point, but it kills you in the heat. And then there was a little net code between me and Hein, which is fine. It's just part of iRacing. It's not Hein's fault, but that didn't help. And, you know, going from 10th, you know, it can be done, but Goldner was he was really quick tonight, and once I got to second, I really didn't have anything for him except for the last lap. I decided to run bottom 1 and 2, and it was there, and it was a lot faster than the top of 1 and 2, and I should have trusted myself earlier when I was running the bottom a bit just to pass some cars and use that line late race. But yeah, live and you learn.
So now I believe the championship point lead without the penalty points between you and Goldner kind of remains the same. It's now, I think it's 42 right now, and there is a situation where Stephen Goldner could possibly clinch this championship next week at Lernerville. Like, does it change how hard you work mentally this week in preparing for Lernerville? Do you just work on a better setup this week and just test it more often?
I mean, I think we're pretty good at Lernerville. We got a set that we really like there, and it's kind of going to come down to just turning laps just on different track states there and kind of preparing yourself mentally for the race. And that's what we'll try to do. But whether I win or Goldner wins, it's cool with me. I mean, I'm sure going to give him all I got, but, you know, he's my teammate, and if he wins it, that's awesome.
Who you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
I just got to thank Vanderbilt Race Cars, all the boys. Everybody helps each other out tremendously. I got to thank ABR Setup Shop. Alex builds some of the best stuff out there, if not the best. Got to thank Bioil.com, Dirt Doctor Trucking, Fits Perfect Photography. Probably forgetting a few like you. Oh, Velocity. Ross always does awesome work. And just got to thank Dad for watching, you guys for putting on the broadcast, and Roger for the league.
Great run tonight, man.
Thanks, buddy.
So second place finish for Brandon Schultz. And now it is time to head. Give us one moment here real quick. There we go. It's time to head to Cool Ray Victory Lane, and we are about to talk to a driver that has been on fire, probably the best driver right now in the Coast2Coast Racing League. 3 wins in a row in the Renegades this season. Stephen Goldner. Stephen, did you think you'd ever do 3 in a row?
No, Sorry, I thought my mic was off there. No, it's been a fun season so far, that's for sure.
You're in a situation where you could possibly clinch the title next week. As of right now, I believe the gap is 42, but that's before penalty points come into the thick of things. And just your expectations for Lernerville next week. How good are you there with a 360 sprint car?
Pretty decent there as long as, keep it on track, which, the team and I will go run some laps here this week and get a little tuned up. But we should be good, I think. It's a decent track for me. And then I think we go to Charlotte after that, which is another good track for me. So hopefully, 2 decent tracks for me. I should be able to, even get a podium or a top 5, even a top 10, and we'll just try to do our best.
How good was this car as a whole tonight?
Oh, it was real good. I could cut through 1 and 2 and hit the bottom on exit of 2, and I could pretty well go wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted. I hit the wall twice. At 2, it was pretty tricky, and 1 and 2 was getting a little rough there at the end of the race, but the car worked really well.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
I gotta thank all the guys at Vandybilt for sure. They put a ton of work into everything we do here at Vandybilt, and great group of guys to work with. I gotta thank Ross Corinto over at Velocity Race Designs. He was a ton of fun racing with tonight, and he always makes the cars look good. Wegman Brothers, Bio.com, Dirt Doctor Trucking, ABR Setup Shops, Fits Perfect Photography, you, Marty, for the broadcast, and Roger and everyone that is involved with the league.
Congratulations, man, on the win.
Thanks a lot.
Stephen Goldner gets it done. Let's show you the final race results from tonight. Goldner, Schultz, Short, Spangler, Verstraeten, Colte, Landis, Fickrey, Bandy, and Spies, your top 10. And again, can't forget Landis on the last lap. Got by Nicholas Fickrey for the 5 extra points for the Hard Charger Award, which is huge as we head into next week at Lernerville, considering your top 2 in the championship. Stephen Goldner and Brandon Schultz. Looking at the rest of the race results, we had 21 drivers finish on the lead lap, and a tough break for Ross Corinto. Really was when he got the wall and then got catapulted by Zach Chapman, or not Zach Chapman, by the guy behind him, and it just really changed everything on his end. So that will do it for us tonight. Again, next week we are at the Lernerville Speedway, and that should be a fun one to watch. The big thing you're going to have to watch closely there is the high side. You got to be very careful and not run off the banking there. So that will do it. I want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors. Once again, our presenting sponsors, Empire Super Sprints, Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding, and the Coast2Coast Racing Network. Also want to give shout outs to these following sponsors as well. iRacing League Manager, Mr. Plummer, Coast2Coast Racing Network, Pitside Podcast, Lucas Oil, Empire Super Sprints, Icon Sim Sports, Super Dirt Car Series, Gambler Motorsports, Can-Am Racing Team, SBGC 3D Printing, A&J Custom Creations, and our series sponsor, Cool Ray. On behalf of all the members and admins, including Preston Cranmer and Roger Craig, Marty Sakala signing off. It's been a fun night tonight here from Eldora, and Stephen Goldner ends it off on top. Thank you all for tuning in. So long from the Big E.